fundamentals. He's really, you know, staying focused on what it means to play good Street Fighter, what we think of it, right? Lo and behold, I found out he's from my state. He's from Ohio. He's like this hidden demon that I've never heard of. And lo and behold, he is taking names and he is showing his stuff and reminding everybody that Ohio is this name that needs to be reckoned with. And so to see him, and I guess I should also mention too, I think lately he's been feeling a bit maybe burnt out on Street Fighter and hasn't been performing quite as well. So he was getting a little nervous about competing today. So to see him make the top 8, I couldn't be happier for him. I'm excited to see him hopefully make a deep run, but let's get into this.
And here we go, going to kick things off on the winner's side. As I said, Dual Kevin versus Jak. Two of the best. Immediate Renko kicks connects for Jak. Gonna usher Dual Kevin closer to that corner.
Okay, and we do see him jockeying for position. Both these players, like, I would say Jak is definitely the more aggressive of the two, but they both like to stay in that mid-range and really just try and fight for control. And right now, it is all on Jak's side.
I like this for Jak. Establishing early burnout is being threatened here, but the perfect parry for Dual Kevin. Going to get him out of danger. Still got a lot of work to do in this round.
That might be all it needs now. Expertly, he does back off, but there it is, the counter hit. Not granting him a combo, in fact, but getting him enough frame advantage that he can take his turn back, and that's the first round, and that is important in this 1-to-3 setting.
Yeah, as you spoke, Jak, being the more aggressive of the two, you are certainly looking for that momentum to go on your side to be able to try to force Dual Kevin into fast decisions. Good anti-air there from Jak.
Slowing things down a bit here, and now we do see the OD whirlwind shot, but there is that super strong buffer from Juri, no doubt on the crouching medium punch into the crouching medium kick, and here we do see again this corner position established. He's got the life lead, and it's paying off.
Yeah, drive gauge low for Dual Kevin, able to eagle spike towards the mid-screen. Jak, immediate denial, get off me.
And he's one to do it. If you've ever watched a set with him, he's not afraid to bust it out, even if it's going to burn him out. But right now, he does have a little bit of drive gauge left, close to 2 bars there, and Kevin making a huge mistake.
Oh, Jak, just getting a little bit of tap there. No level 2 or anything like that. However, Jak in a really good spot. Nice punish on the whip throw. Jak just outside of dodge.
Oh, and he does it again! He's not afraid. And now, again, this is 1-to-3. We have to mention that. We have to remind the viewers that it's not over just yet. But letting your opponent know that you are going to do that early on is going to set the tempo for the rest of the set.
Oh, nice jump in there from Jak. Again, DP ender going to be able to take his turn right on back. I like that from Kevin. Getting a challenge on Jak, backing up, perhaps looking for a shimmy.
God, that mix-up is so cheap for mid-screen. Okay, he does get the conversion there into the heavy mixer, and now a perfect parry right back at you. We saw that situation earlier from Dual Kevin, but Jak's got a timing of his own, and now he's taking this to the bank, gaining the life lead back.
Jak has been doing really well keeping Dual Kevin out of the skies, but life leads to super close now. Jak in burnout, finds a hit, gonna go immediately cash out. Absolutely gets the KO for the first round of the second game.
Yeah, he's on a roll right now. This is potentially looking at, you know, a 2-0 lead for him against somebody like Kevin. But one thing I think isn't talked about enough for Kevin as a competitor is his endurance, his stability throughout a long set or a long tournament. He's among the very best, so even if he does go down 2-0, I expect him to not make this an easy fight.
One of the cerebral warriors of Street Fighter for sure. Dual Kevin gonna have to access that grid. Jak jockeying for position again, but you see Dual Kevin defending the neutral space, but immediately interrupts the tornado, and there it is. The engine is started.
Yes, and he's working on that dry gauge. He does let him get out of dodge. Now, that's something we know about Jak. Although he's gotten better over the years, he still does struggle to anti-air sometimes in like the clutch moments. And are we going to see the level 3 here? Not quite. He's opting for the level 2, controlling the screen. Yes, sir.
Put up the win-in-win condition. Dual Kevin staggering away at Jak's life. Drive rush in the overhead. Dome is blessed.
Oh man, is he gonna be able to kill without spending any meter? The privilege here for the king of level 2s making that comeback. And what did I tell you? He's got that long haul mentality. He's not out until he's out.
Yeah, and that's what makes him such a dangerous competitor. Good anti-air there with the mixer. Drive rush in, looking for something, not finding it. Jak taking that turn, head stomp and the throw.
Okay, a little bit of patience here, but we do have to remember that there is still a round on Jak's side, so if he wins this, that is still 2-0. And oh, he actually finds the right time to jump out. What a huge conversion.
Yeah, this is super dangerous. Rashid in the corner is definitely a huge damage threat.
Okay, what's the set play here? Is he gonna go? Nope, he doesn't. There it is. I was wondering when the throw is gonna come here. This is still a marked opportunity of patience for Jak. And now he finds himself out of the corner. There's the forward throw. This is how it all starts. She has one of the best throw loops in the damn game.
Loop, we'll see. Drive reversal. I need my turn back, please. 3 bars available for dual Kev.
Okay, drive rushing in there. He's low on the drive gauge, and I love that opportunity to cancel immediately. Don't want to waste any time, but the defense on JAK, oh my god, he's holding down back for his life.
Still got plenty to go on that burnout recovery, and dual Kev knows it. JAK trying to defend with the crouch medium kick, the jump over, nice block, but JAK not willing to spend too much. Still has CA too. Dual Kev has to be super careful.
Yeah, this is any hit is going to kill for sure. Oh, nice! Smoke too soon. There it is, the reset into the throw. And we have to point out here, this is something that has been prevalent throughout this whole set, and I have to imagine it's going to be a hallmark for the rest of the whole tournament. JAK is finding those opportunities to jump with that insane, that indomitable jump fierce from Juri that just hits at like an impossible angle. And even somebody who, if you have ever watched him, Dual Kevin is among the very best at stopping the air approach in the whole game. In the whole of Street Fighter 6, he is one of the very best at anti-airing, and even he not only has to just respect in whole fashion, but also just get hit if he does try against that jump fierce from Juri. And so if he doesn't find a better way to deal with that soon, it could be curtains.
Yeah, it's going to be up to adaptation time now, down 0-2, as you said. Dual Kev going to have to figure some things out, and JAK going right back to work. Corner pressure established, good sweep, and we're going to pass on through.
I like that whiff punish right back at you, though. That big punish counter sweep from Dual Kevin, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, he's switched roles rather, and now JAK has his back to the wall. He does fight his way out of the corner.
See if Dual Kevin's permissions are allowed to get this round. JAK might have to pull out the admin rights, being moved into this corner again. Good block, and oh no! Unfortunate stuff for Dual Kevin. That was a huge opportunity miss.
My god, it went the wrong way. What the hell happened? And now he's forced into burnout here, and he has to hold all this. He has a chance to level 1, but at what cost?
Yeah, especially trying to protect that level 2. You know it's so good, and JAK puts himself on set point.
Man, Kevin has to shake that off, but it's got to be tough. I am shook, and I'm just commentating.
Yeah, you got it. It's one of those things that really does test your mental fortitude. JAK might know that, went for the anti-air, but no punish. Immediate response though from JAK. Kev in an even worse spot.
Okay, clipping him with the low forward drive rush, immediately going to the heavy mixer, and yes, he sets up the level 2, and here's his opportunity to get a little more wind in his sails, and maybe even have a chance to breathe a little bit, because JAK has been controlling the pace so well that it feels like, oh, he's gonna go into, he's dead.
Yeah, this is gonna be a max cash out. All the green, all of the savings account. I need everything to buy this home. That's called Winners Finals, and JAK putting a big down payment in.
Oh yeah, he's putting the keys in the door. He's not locked in. He's stepping right through the threshold.
Absolutely.
He took that convincingly. Like, again, not to say that Kevin didn't play well, but you could tell that JAK was like in his element. And this is another thing that I don't think people talk enough about with Juri. I think she excels at controlling the pace. Like, yes. she does basically everything well, right? She's got incredibly strong anti-air DP. She does good damage when she gets the stocks. You know, she's got good buttons, a good drive rush. But I think where she excels the most is controlling the pace. And so for somebody like JAK to feel comfortable enough that he's not rushing anything, he's not overextending, I think that means it's going to be hard for just about anybody to get the win there.
I agree. And if you look at it, JAK was able to decide when neutral was going to be played and when it wasn't, right? He did a really good job of defending that neutral area, the 2 to 3 character links in front of him, challenging with either a jab on the drive rush forwards or even a crouching medium punch. You saw the anti-airs were on lock too, and while they didn't all necessarily lead to big damage, with a character like Rashid, if you're able to deny that advance forward, then it's like, okay, I'm Juri, so I have a lot of routes, as you said before. From the skies, I can come in, try to make things real tricky with head stomp, or I can keep it grounded, use my ground fireball, use my drive rushes in to continue pressure. So yeah, I think JAK understood the assignment, and we saw execution there at the highest level, and that's why he got the 3-0.
Yeah, but again, need to remind everybody, if this is maybe your first time tuning in to a top 8 here on the CPT side of things, this is first to 3, and it is double elimination. So, Dual Kevin does still have a chance. He's sent down to the loser's bracket, and he's no stranger to that. He's been in that position before to win whole tournaments. It's not unheard of, and he's absolutely that caliber of player, so he will do his best to claw things together and scratch his way out of that hole. But with that being said, we are moving on to our next match, and who's it going to be on winner's side?
It's going to be see. COOSCO versus ELCHAKOTAY, one of the, best Street Fighter player 6 players out there. Of course, we saw, as you said, Tay, win all of Combo Breaker on that Lily and continue to, wreak havoc both online and offline. So I'm looking forward to seeing Tay come through and do what it do. Of course, Lily, one of the rarer picks, right? Like you think about, Hibiki from Japan, most and Tay, and those two really do stand out. There are a few others out there, but not exactly the character where if you're rolling up, you're like, okay, that's the one I want to pick, because the knowledge gap can be real difficult.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And like, even with that being said, her game plan is very linear, right? So it can be a little bit difficult to feel like you have options outside of like the base, like layer 1, layer 2 game plan. But somebody like Tay, he is so well versed in like the grappler mentality and that archetype that he makes it work better than most, and that's why he's in winner's side here.
Oh, we see COOSCO on Cammy White, going for a bit of throw loop city here, 3 in a row. There's the check, trying to see if anything else was doing, but COOSCO got a nice little chunk of damage off that punish counter though. CHAKOTAY stocking up the wins.
Now, I should say, I used to play Cammy before Akuma came out, and I would occasionally run into Tay on rank. And I have to say that I think this matchup is actually a bit difficult for Cammy because mainly of Crouch Fierce from Lily. It's such a good button at deterring the air approach that Cammy, somebody who excels from mixing up her air trajectory, stopping it short, changing up the timings of how you have to try and anti-air. For something like the Crouch Fierce from Lily to have such dominant range and so many active frames, it makes a little bit of a catch-all that's a lot easier to defend with against somebody like Cammy.
Yeah, we're going to see if Tay's going to continue to use that. Gets the command grab, though. Drive rush, of course. Baits out the parry, but COOSCO getting away with a little bit of one there. There's the Spire. Nice counter hit challenge from COOSCO.
Ooh, immediately waking up with the level 1 here. And Lily's does have above average damage, so it's going to hurt a little bit more than usual, but most importantly, it is keeping him, or it was anyways, keeping him below that threshold of 3 bars of drive gauge.
Oh, I like this side switch. Absolutely. COOSCO putting CHAKOTAY in the corner again. Level 3 available. COOSCO looking for a really strong hit to perhaps get the lead or eventually get that burnout, but it's going to be the throws first.
Yeah, Tay really has to worry about his drive gauge here, and you can tell he's not going for parry, but he does get the perfect parry on offense, I guess. COOSCO gets it. And so...
It's the burnout again. COOSCO backing up, doesn't want to overcommit here, has to still be careful, can lose this with one mistake, and CHAKOTAY knows that with the drive gauge available and the win stock. Oh, I thought the anti-hero was coming, but there's the win stock. Plus frames, super plus frames, neutral jump, falling button from COOSCO. What a decision. Did not want to get gripped up and ended up taking the whole game off of it.
And like to have, no, I suppose it is early, right? You have to guess at some point against a grappler. Oh my god, he calls him out immediately, and look at the damage. Cammy can hurt if she hits you with any of those mix-ups off the hooligan.
Oh, baited it! COOSCO with the hook, line, and seeker drive impact reset for the finish. Perfection.
Okay, he's playing a little fast and loose with it. Now, somebody like Tay, you have to have this kind of, this like premeditated strategy going into it that you expect certain things. But right now, he is throwing that to the wayside. He hit him with 2 drive impacts back to back, and look at how it's paying off.
Yeah, and definitely putting that knowledge of the option on the table into the mental stack of Tay. The EX dive, pressure again, reset into the throw.
Now he's dead. Yeah, he gets the kill as long as he doesn't drop. And that is going to seal it. That is 2 games for COOSCO, closing it out with the level 2, the homage to the Street Fighter 2 movie.
That was a 50-meter sprint across the line for a round. Super quick. We just started to talk about game 1 and game 2 is already over. Okay, COOSCO working quickly, but I think this is the pace that you want, right? Like you're working with Cammy. This is how you want to play. You want to be able to just get in there, get your pressure, get your resets into your throws, threaten with crouch heavy punch, right? Like, hey, I'm going to make sure this is meaty. I'm going to get my plus frames and I'm going to force you to guess. And that just takes all the options off of Tay for setting up the grappler stuff that you might want to do.
Yeah, and you have to imagine too, there were only 2 instances where he even went for the command grab, and COOSCO guessed right on both of them. Now, Cammy does have the advantage there in having the opportunity to go for instant air dive kick as like kind of a built-in canned response. That's better than most. But even that being said, like for Tay to have both of those attempts thwarted, that feels like deflating, right? So he's really gonna have to gather himself and try and figure out a way to make things hurt a little bit more.
Okay, I like this option here. Stocks up, 2 win stocks available. There's one, the anti-air defense, but immediate dive kick from COOSCO, and there's another throw.
Such a strong option. That's not a real tick throw there off of the driver stand fierce, but you do have to worry about the threat of the jab since it is +1. So it effectively works as a micro walk tick throw. Oh man, he's getting clipped. And that level 1 I think is actually gonna kill maybe? Yep, that hurts.
Whew. That above average damage, like you said, it coming into play here. And now ELCHAKOTAY able to answer back, get that round, slowly start to build your comeback.
Okay, yeah, and that he's got the win stocks too, so he gets to make things a little more, you know, leery on COOSCO's side. And there is one of those command grabs. We see one finally land. There's the interruption from COOSCO though, and now with that buff to the target combo in Season 2, Cammy has the corner position already.
Punish counter combo here as well. COOSCO working quickly, the jump over, throw break, just hitting those buttons defensively. That's the Street Fighter classic.
Yeah. Oh man, what a well-placed dive kick, and he does get the walk-up throw there. Not a back throw though. That's important for Tay. He gets to keep the corner position and actually impose his own offense now. How the tables have turned.
I like this. There's that crouch fierce, like you said, hammering away at the guard. Burnout for COOSCO. with the level 2, lifting it up, but not able to put him down just yet.
Yeah, it did scale a lot, and that opportunity to actually use the, oh my god, he challenged. I have to wonder if maybe that was going to be walk-up crouch fierce trying to get a, like, delay tech from COOSCO, but ultimately Tay took advantage and stole a turn back and for the game.
Absolutely makes sense, too, the way that COOSCO had been using just the throws off of those situations. So Tay taking a gamble there wisely, able to get that game. Nice punish counter there, double dash forward, but the DP for the escape.
And I love this. Look at Tay taking advantage. He recognizes that COOSCO is worried about his drive gauge and uses that opportunity to actually build some win stocks. And now he's already on block, pushed him to the corner, and still has control. Yeah,
and the drive gauge damage has been done too. COOSCO still in the yellow, slowly rebuilding, but the life bar is depleting. Nice challenge here confirmed from Tay. Has the level 1 available and will use it. That's going to be another round. That's three in a row for ELCHAKOTAY.
Yeah, the momentum is just flowing for him. He is taking this in spades, and it's one of those things where if you're a COOSCO, you have, like, there's no way you're not thinking about this. It's like, damn, I was up 2-0, and just like that, things have turned around in such a bad way. I refuse to believe you're not a little shaken.
Oh, there's the stir right there. ELCHAKOTAY having a little bit of a latte caffeine in the system. The wake-up protocol, DI busted with the Spire.
And that smells, oh my gosh, this is huge. Look at the damage. That's going to give him an opportunity to actually, okay, he does drive rush in, and that is dead. And now we see the command grabs are coming out, and the confidence is radiating like an aura off of ELCHAKOTAY.
See if ELCHAKOTAY can stay elevated on this winner's side. All even. One last game to go, the rubber match. Drive reversal, I like that. If I'm going to lose drive gauge, I'll lose it on my turns.
Sure. And what's important too is we're actually seeing a lot of the defensives. Oh my god, what a pair. Oh, he didn't know the punish. That's a tough situation. What I was going to say is we're seeing a lot of the defense on ELCHAKOTAY's side feel much more comfortable and confident. He's not as pressured trying to deal all. I guess maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah, the pressure is now being applied, but ELCHAKOTAY getting that drive gauge back. Dive kick going to keep him in the corner. COOSCO hammering away at the guard. Level 1 available.
Oh,
grab though on the EX spin knuckle.
Oh, and he gets frame trapped, and there it is. That's punish counter too. Look at the drive gauge. It's looking slim. That's hella plus. Is he gonna go for level 1? Maybe he went. No, that was a real frame trap. 100%. That was a frame kill setting up the command grab, and just like that, ELCHAKOTAY looking down the barrel of a reverse 3-0.
Is this 6 rounds in a row potentially here that we're gonna see from Tay?
I think so, Dan. It's looking a little long for COOSCO. He's got to dig deep.
Interrupted a drive rush again. ELCHAKOTAY using the distance and the range of those buttons from Lily, defending the neutral space.
All right, both of them slowing down for a little bit here, but not long enough for Tay to hammer back in there with the Condor Spire. Okay, there it is, the jump. Fierce into the tick throw, and now using that, yep, that's plus now. It's not -4 anymore.
Change is certainly working out for COOSCO. Air to air goes in Tay's favor. Level 3 available for both players. Tay just a little bit outside of being able to even things up in the HP department, but COOSCO wisely waiting for that drive gauge to return. Does not want to engage without it.
Oh, what a jump. Okay, he's got the corner again. Back to the wall is Tay, and he finds the opportunity to actually land a hit. And look at the punish counter throw. He's got to worry about. Go ahead.
Bold down back from COOSCO, but Chakotay in burnout. Still got to be careful though. Command grab could spell doom. Oh no, big confirm. And there's the bust out level 3 from Chakotay. I'm not guessing, you are.
Yeah, that is more than enough. Tay finally taking the opportunity to use a reversal level 3. He had done a couple wake up level 1s, right, to kind of put a hindrance on the pressure to slow things down a little bit, but he had never utilized anything in the middle of a gap. It hadn't been there. And just like that, when it mattered most, he could tell that COOSCO was getting a little frustrated. Tay was defending well enough, he was poking well enough to keep COOSCO out from imposing his will, you know, rushing him down, making it tough for Tay to guess correctly. And just like that, he noticed the gap. He's like, I'm gonna bet it. It's like, and I guess this also harkens to something else that I noticed as well, is there were a lot of times in that last round specifically where Tay was holding the wind charge, the charge longer than usual, trying to bait something. And that was an opportunity. COOSCO could have used level 3 and gained the life lead, put him down to maybe 10-15% health, and he never took it. And I have to imagine Tay was paying attention, and he's like, he's scared. He's, you know, he's really worried about messing this up, and look how it paid off.
Absolutely. It's about the long game. Oftentimes when you see these grappler matchups, especially against fast-paced characters like Cammy, and when you're playing against high skill players like COOSCO, you know, you're going to have to gain your ground slowly but surely. And then once the blood is in the water, I really believe once that first command grab lands, it's like, okay, now I get to play the video game, right? Now I get to play my character. And it's really a situation where you find yourself underwater and you're kind of getting gripped up by the shark. After that first hit, they get a little bit of a taste. And now your mindset too, as you said, is going into the more defensive style. You're playing a little bit more tepid, and that's when Tay was able to jump all over it. And I think that, you know, if we see the run back of that, it might go a little bit differently, right? The longer the set goes, it's potential to have situations where that could have potentially gone either way. But the momentum was certainly on Tay's side. Shout outs to him for being able to make that comeback. And we got a really good winners finals in JAK versus Chakotay. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, and again, this is one that if you have ever been to an offline Midwest tournament, if you entering anything that's like CPT Midwest related, this is not a matchup that we are unfamiliar with. These two meet up a bunch, and their set count goes back and forth. There's going to be a barn burner for sure, but that will in fact decide our winner's side. That means we are moving down to the lower side of the bracket, and what match do we have coming up next?
We got SQUALL versus Magnegro coming up on the Midwest Boxer versus SOSICKNASHFAN coming up. And like you said, loser side action, so that is do or die situation. You know, you got to get 3 games to move forward. If not, you will be ushered out of this top 8, a top 8 that is not easy to get into in this Midwest space. There are a lot of killers out there waiting and hungry for that opportunity to show up on stream and get some points in this World Warrior run.
Yeah, that's the important thing to remember, right, is that all of these players are vying for their opportunity to qualify and get seeded in the finals there, that will give them the chance to qualify for Capcom Cup. And now this is a format that has been going on for a while now. Capcom has kind of struck a pretty solid flow of how they want these online tournaments to run and what they want it to mean for the qualification process. And it seems to be a pretty good system for helping players that maybe don't have the chance to travel as often. Maybe, don't really have the schedule to accommodate it, right? And so with this opportunity, this means from the comfort of your own home, you can play to your very best and try and get your points up. Now, it is important to remind everybody that it is, in fact, based off of points to get the qualification. It used to be, it's changed up a bit from last year, and so now it is rewarding consistency more. So the consistency part being that, like, depending on how you're doing over these brackets, they take your 3 best results, and then that ties into, I believe, seeding. I don't think everything is winner's side in the finals. Is that correct?
I think that I'm not too sure, but I do like the idea that, and I don't want to mislead, but what I will say is I do agree with you that I like the consistency part, right? Because it behooves you to play through the entirety of the run, right? And that really does matter, because if you think about it, these World Warriors happen over the span of months. So the game, as you said, there's certain things that changed, like Cammy's target combo, right? Like there's certain things that have shifted since the beginning of World Warrior till now. So it really is cool to encourage that consistency, encourage people to show up for their region. And of course, that also means if you do really well in, you know, 3 and you're not doing that great in the other 2, it doesn't hurt you, right? So that's another thing that encourages active participation, which I am a huge fan of. And as you said, sometimes you have people that show up out of nowhere, like the Midwest Boxer, and you're like, who is this person? Oh, they're from my actual state. They're actually from my neck of the woods. That's super dope. And they may have not ever had the opportunity to shine like that without things like World Warrior.
Yeah, I couldn't be happier to finally learn his name. I think it's like such a cool opportunity, because like in recent years, Ohio has been, where I'm from, Ohio has been a state that's kind of not really had the same kind of shine compared to maybe earlier in the fighting game era. And so for both the netcode in Street Fighter 6 to improve in such a way, as well as with this CPT World Warrior adjustment to how the point system works, it does give a little more shine and a little more of an opportunity for people to get into that space. And we are getting into the match here. Again, this is losers quarters finals between Midwest Boxer. Oh, I'm sorry, losers top 8. Excuse me. Between SOSICKNASHFAN and Midwest Boxer, and already right away we see SOSICKNASHFAN with a big 50% life lead, but Midwest Boxer taking control back. He does get DI'd for it though.
Side switch into the COOSCO. Midwest Boxer low on life, runs straight into the fiercest punch in the world, straight to the stomach. Midwest Boxer tried to get in, but immediate DP from SOSICKNASHFAN. I like the gamble, had a massive life lead, right? So like, okay, yeah, I might get punished if it's blocked, but I can get the W if I pull the trigger.
That's absolutely right. That sends a message early that lets him know that I will make these gambles when it matters most. It's do or die. You have to worry about that.
A little bit of a jack check, off with a handshake, but SOSICKNASHFAN getting the better end of that deal for sure. Gonna be able to get some corner pressure. That Kikoken was meaty.
Oh my God, somebody call Arby's. We got the meats. And just like that, again, a huge life lead for SOSICKNASHFAN, taking big control of this match. And now a little bit low on drive gauge here. He does find himself and having to hold these plus frames from Midwest Boxer.
Okay, Boxer able to kill rush in, save some of the drive gauge too by closing the gap with the unique move, but side switch. SOSICKNASHFAN's a little chalky right now, but may be able to clean off the blackboard real soon. Midwest Boxer hemmed up level 3.
No. Oh man, that was such a big gamble. This hurt. And into level 2, does he have the dream combo? Are we going to get the desync on lock? Yes, sir. There it is. Do you got all this?
I'm the hustle. Burnley burns himself out. SOSICKNASHFAN getting a punish counter throw that killed.
I can't believe that. Just the slightest miscalculation on the spacing there. I have to wonder if he would have let the drive rush linger a little bit longer, just another half step. Would he have gotten the wall spot? Could he have taken the round? But ultimately it didn't matter. Even on the brink of a comeback, falling a little short, there's Midwest Boxer, and now he's down a game.
Yeah, that's a tough way to lose it too. You know, just a little bit of a miscalculation, the landing recovery after hitting a button in the air, you're getting punish counter thrown. One of those things where honestly, you kind of just have to forget about it and go in and be like, okay, let's reset it. Let's get back in there. And here we go, game 2.
Yeah, you know, he had the right strategy. He had done basically everything correctly. It was just the slightest miscalculation that you couldn't even like visualize, right? So you can regroup, you can go into this next one and try the same thing, and it might work out different this time.
Oh, Lance on the Kikoken. Nice mixturization of the speeds of Kikoken there. Immediately interrupted the drive rush to SOSICKNASHFAN. Low on drive gauge, but earned some HP recovery. However, Midwest Boxer moving forward, baited out the throw, burnout.
Hit the burnout. We did see SOSICKNASHFAN fighting out a burnout pretty successfully. Okay, he doesn't screw it up this time. From that range, there's no shot he's not getting wall spot. Gonna be able to kill, and now a round on the board for Midwest Boxer, and more importantly, a little bit of confidence.
That's what you need. You definitely, especially the way the game 1 went down, Midwest Boxer really needed that round. Anti-air, man, it hurts so much. You can just, no meter needed, just a huge chunk anti-air. It's been really good.
Yeah, it's such a strong option for her. You know, something that she hadn't really had access to in previous games. And there it is again. We run it back just like that, a cool 30%. Oh, he gets clipped.
caught him looking. Couple of taps to the back of the dome. That's going to be it. Final round for game 2. SOSICKNASHFAN working off of a perfect.
I really am impressed with his consistency to uphold this rush down, right? He is overextending. Well, I suppose objectively he might be overextending, right? You know, he's maybe going out of what might be considered a more conservative play style, but it's paid off in spades. I have to imagine maybe he's picking up on a bit of trepidation on MidwestBOXER's side.
And that can certainly spell the end in this game called Street Fighter 6 with the way that it can snowball. However, good pair of air-to-airs for MidwestBOXER, establishing corner pressure and keeping it, but SOSICKNASHFAN has an ability here. Another level 2, but yeah, MidwestBOXER has been hip to the game 2 times in a row. Straight fist to the dome and putting down the plasma on him. Didn't even need to do all that, but you know what? You're sending a message.
Calling out the purple jawbreaker to seal the deal. Now we are all tied up 1 game apiece. Now there is a little bit of a tug of war back and forth here. Who's actually going to take control and keep it? All right, there's the forward throw. Again, you know, MidwestBOXER finding himself in the corner. And I love that jump back from SOSICKNASHFAN. You know, not having to worry about the demon that is jump medium kick from Ed.
Smart usage here of spacing as well. There's the OD Kikoken. We'll try to catch MidwestBOXER setting up a projectile here, but MidwestBOXER has done a great job of being able to preserve that drive gauge. Can kind of play the range game a little bit if the timing is right.
Okay, yeah, they're both Chuck and Plasma just zoning a little bit. Neither one of them, you know, really wants to commit too much. And again, this is something that I think is really hard to get a grip on in Street Fighter 6, just because things can turn so quickly just like that.
That was a certainly patient setup there from SOSICKNASHFAN to immediately go over it with the Hosanshu. However, not able to really get much off of it. MidwestBOXER able to fight their way out of the corner, return things to neutral a little bit. Kill rush forward, nice stop and parry.
You know, so far in a couple of instances, both off of drive rush or, you know, in just like close range combat situations, we've seen SOSICKNASHFAN opting to do jump back to get away from a potential like shimmy or delay tech. And I have to wonder if MidwestBOXER is paying enough attention to that to adapt his strategy and adjust. But right now, it doesn't even matter. The conversion, the execution from SOSICKNASHFAN to close out that round with the super art.
Yeah, crouch medium kick do be a button on Chun-Li. You have to be
Yes,
careful
sir.
when you're trying to step into her space. SOSICKNASHFAN definitely wants to go up 2-1, but here we go. The desync.
Yes, sir. Not a ton of damage, but the most important part is building the super gauge back and getting the corner position here, just pushing all the way to the other side of the screen. And I love that setting up the fuzzy.
Right out of the calves. DI reset here on the wake up, and MidwestBOXER saying we're going all 12.
Yeah, he's got his cardio up. He's been hitting the punching bag. He's been hitting the jump rope. He's in it for the long haul. And I like this adaptation from him. You know, it was a little slow coming off of that first game. And I suppose, you know, any round might look like that in Street Fighter 6. This game is kind of aggressive. But he's adapting accordingly now, and you can tell the focus is there. Look at that, right? I tell you, the perfect parry timing, the punish counter back throw. And is this a bait?
Oh, again, MidwestBOXER able to bait it out, and now wants to reel it in, put it on the grill for some delicious eats. There is the purple stuff once again. Cobra Punch, we're spending everything. I need all the damage possibly available. Close to burnout is SOSICKNASHFAN, gets clipped up.
Oh man, and just taking it to the bank. Smelling the blood in the water, you talked about it. He morphed into a shark. He's got rows and rows of teeth, and he's taking a big bite. That is another game for MidwestBOXER, and he is looking to sink his teeth in for that third game.
This is huge start for MidwestBOXER here in game 4. SOSICKNASHFAN got to figure out a way to break out of this death spiral under the waters right now.
Oh god damn, that button's so hard to deal with. The jump MK, maybe the best air button in the whole game from Ed.
Drop rush forward throw. SOSICKNASHFAN spin a couple of bars there to try to equalize the HP. Good parries though from MidwestBOXER, looking nice and good on the drive gauge.
Okay, yeah, look at how things have changed on SOSICKNASHFAN's side. You know, we're seeing a little bit of offense there, but mostly he's opted to go back into range so he can throw these Kotokos, just so he can maybe try and catch MidwestBOXER slipping.
And MidwestBOXER's done a really good job of letting SOSICKNASHFAN do the projectile first and deciding whether I want to parry, do I want to go for, you know, snatcher, or do I want to actually send out my own projectile. There's the drive rush forward again, setting up the projectile. MidwestBOXER just hanging out, just chilling. I'm 2 rounds away. I don't need to overcommit.
Yeah, I really, really applaud this focus and commitment. I think that's the name of the game. Oh my god, but look at this. This is going to burn him out, and we all know Chun gets to put you into the next game off of level 2. Corner carry is immaculate, but he busts out just like that. Midwest Boxer in the 11th hour recognizes, I can close this out. You made a mistake, buddy, and you're going to pay.
Might be out of green, but I'm not out of money. I can still spend it.
Yes, sir. Let him know. All right, Midwest Boxer here, again, establishing the tone. And now, you know, not a ton of damage, but most importantly, you can tell that SOSICKNASHFAN is getting frustrated trying to find a way in, trying to find some damage to equalize things.
And that's been the tale of the tape so far. I like that interrupt. The charged and ready snatcher immediately cutting it off. Ed is vulnerable in that state, but the big jump in straight to the forehead. SOSICKNASHFAN in a whole lot of trouble.
Looking to maybe bait some. Okay, not side switch. Oh, okay, but there it is, the perfect parry. Go back into that corner. You are not allowed out. Oh, nice. I like that spacing there to make sure that he's not going to get punished. Damn. Level 3, that's all she wrote. Bop, 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 and there it is. Midwest Boxer going to seal the deal and get himself a comeback to eliminate SOSICKNASHFAN from the bracket. Ohio represent.
I really like the response from Midwest Boxer from game 1 all the way to game 4. You could see the adjustments start to fall into place, the adaptations start to lock in. Got a couple of really good OD snatchers on the projectile attempts, right? And it's not that the fact that obviously SOSICKNASHFAN knows that that's a threat, but the range at which Midwest Boxer was able to use OD snatcher to go through the projectile was right at the tip of that actual range of that move, and that's what makes it so deadly, because you're not in training mode. You don't have the little grit there to say like, okay, I'm safe, I'm not. You have to really, really know that. And the way that Midwest Boxer just was able to hide it too, with his own projectiles, using the kill rush, using the parry, it became a guessing game. And I just like the mental adaptation here. That's one of the things I think is so exciting about Street Fighter, and Street Fighter 6 especially, is seeing a high-paced game start to switch into high-paced chess. It's really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you really hit the nail on the head highlighting how he was using Snatcher. And you know, if you are going to be a top level Ed player, that needs to be a part of your game plan, right? You know, his fireball game is okay. You know, his pokes are good, but like situationally so. You have to really understand the nuance of how to use them because they're slow, they have a lot of recovery. But if you can really get a good handle on that snatcher and how to intertwine that with the rest of your strategy, it suddenly means that you can fight against those zoning characters, the characters that have the exceptional fireballs, like, you know, like Akuma, like Guile, like Chun, like DJ. These characters that really make it difficult for you to weave in and out of, you know, the crouch medium kick range, or really to not jump into a fireball trap or you're gonna get anti-aired, whatever it might be. Ed has a way around that, and if you can figure it out, it suddenly means that you can turn the tables on a dime, and next thing you know, your opponent finds themselves low on drive gauge because they got punish countered, you know, losing a ton of life because you're able to go into OD snatcher into level 2, right? Or whatever it might be. It really means that your opponent that you're fighting has to adapt like faster than they might feel comfortable otherwise, and it's really tough to do. And Midwest Boxer, I think, was able to just hone in on that like maybe lack of high-level Ed experience and, you know, take it all the way to the bank.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, we'll be seeing them move forward. Gonna have to do the do-si-do against Dual Kevin, but before we get there, it's going to be one last losers round 1 match. SQUALL versus Magnegro stepping up to the plate, and it is a Shadow Lu mirror match.
Oh my gosh. Lord Bison back from the dead, reminding everybody that he's the boss for a damn reason. I have to say, I'm not, like, knowing both, well, I'm maybe a little surprised on Mags' side, but considering his competitive streak, I get it. You know, he was an incredibly strong Mariza, but that character is not a character like Bison. Not that kind of top tier. And both these guys want to win, and they understand what it takes in high-stakes tournaments, so I can't say I'm shocked to see this pick.
Absolutely not whatsoever. Points are on the line. You want to be able to get there. Nice parry on the Psycho Mine, and the challenge for Magnegro, and the back throw.
Okay, yep, there it is. Such a strong mix-up opportunity there after the light kick scissors, being able to be in throw range and plus 2 or 3, I can't remember exactly, but he does get to mix you up. And okay, there it is, taking. I love that opportunity to use the drive reversal there, get a little bit of space, get a little bit of breathing room, and try and recover your drive gauge. Oh no, he gets the whiff, but he gets frame trapped anyways.
Dash forward again, Magneto able to score first blood with that first round. Squall though, hammering away at the guard, just trying to get some damage in, but the max range punish counter from Magneto.
Oh man, and that right there is so strong. Being able to get that punish counter stand jab off of like anything that's -4 into the OD scissors is so strong for corner carry and combo damage off of a light. It's like one of the best things that I don't think is talked about enough for Bison.
It surely makes it frightening to do things that normally against some other characters you would feel is pretty safe because of the spacing on it, but not with the man of psycho powers. However, Magneto gonna need a little bit more juice in the tank to be able to get out of this corner. Level 3 available for Squall, gets a huge hit and doesn't even need it. The Psycho Crusher to end the round.
Yeah, damn, yeah, it doesn't even have to spend anything. That Psycho Crusher does a grip. It doesn't scale much. All right, there's a round apiece. Now, can we see actually somebody take the lead here? And there's a big start. That huge, just the crouching medium punch has such good range.
Oh, reversal of fortunes though for Magneto. Back this combo ender, of course, but the mine down. Perfect parry, back throw, get the mines off me.
Okay, there's the perfect parry. He's gonna able to dissipate that mine and get his own corner positioning here. He is safe from that range and gets the counter hit, or the punish counter with punish rather. Opting not to go for the level 3, but now it's gonna spell disaster. More than enough damage. Squall taking control here and going up a first game.
Dunked a whole human being by the face.
God damn, that's super so cold.
Yeah, it's really, really cool looking, but you know what? I hate to be on the other end of it.
Oh my, yeah, it would not feel good. You'd need a facelift. You got to get in touch with the best plastic surgeons to try and look right.
Doc, what happened? You won't believe me, but this psycho-powered dictating drug dealer grabbed me by the face.
I caught on fire. He threw me up 30 feet in the air. He slammed me down. It made a crater even. I know it doesn't sound real, but I promise it's all there.
It's definitely looking real for Squall now. Up 1-0. There's the drive reversal from Magneto. Just need a little bit of time. Nice anti-air Psycho Crusher, and then, yeah, press Nightmare for the reversal.
Oh, yeah, waking up here. And most importantly, he's just getting a little bit of breathing room to recover his own drive gauge. And now he does have, you know, Squall's back to the wall here. The bomb is planted. Is it going to detonate? Not yet.
Oh, yeah. Good anti-air there from Squall. Looking real collected with it in this mirror match.
You know, something I'm noticing, Maverick, is both these players, and I think this is something you have to have present against Bison, right? Because he has such unrelenting pressure with the bomb. Neither of them have really opted to go for, like, drive rush or meaty jab to try and bait out the drive reversal, which has been an option on defense time and time again throughout this set, even this early on. And I have to imagine that's going to be the adaptation here sooner than later to try and get a big punish. Who's going to be the first to do it?
Yeah, that's a great call out. Back throw from Squall. We'll see if that adaptation comes into place. Went for the OD stomps, but nobody home. Punish counter throw, burnout. Magneto in trouble.
Oh, the punish counter throw, and there is the burnout from Mags. Okay, he is, you know, he does have the mental wherewithal. He is fortified enough there to defend correctly, and immediately going to the level 3. I think this is gonna kill, even with, like, scaling.
No, Squall able to survive it. Has level 3 available and gets a huge punish counter. You already know, spend everything.
That is more than enough. Squall securing the round, letting himself go up 2-0 here, and Mags is finding himself on the back foot.
Hit him with the word up. Squall up 2-0 over Magneto. This is loser side. It's do or die time for Magneto.
Okay, pressuring a little bit, letting the bomb tick down. Oh, he tried. I like the attempt there to try and manually time the overhead to coincide with the bomb, but no such luck. Oh, he's out of there. Doesn't have to worry about the jump in.
I like the patience here from Squall too. Oh my goodness, another punish counter. Punish counter and Bison, name a more damaging pair.
Oh, he doesn't get the poke up there. Oh, no reaction to the DI. Squall taking it, and now he's looking down the barrel of maybe a 3-0. Megs has to dig deep if he can try and keep some wind in his sails, so he's not going to be out of the tournament this early.
Counter hit throw for SQUALL. Drive rush on in. Interrupted it. Where you going? I need to talk to you. SQUALL spacing things out properly too, looking for the anti-air. There's the punish counter jab, but not really much off of it, and SQUALL advances forward again.
Back to the wall, there's the throw tech. Oh man, no whiff punish ready for that whiff scissors. That was a huge opportunity for Mags to, or I'm sorry, I actually had them backwards. That was SQUALL. And now look at this, the throws, and he catches him biting. You have to guess there.
That was such a delayed, patient response to SQUALL. Backed up and really just kind of chilled out, and the delay tech came out from Magnegro, and that was it for that exchange. Good stuff to SQUALL, as you said, looking really good. 3-0 moving forward in this set. Going to be able to go up against COOSCO later on, but that kind of rounds things out for our very first wave of matches. First 4 in the books.
Yeah, and you know, I have to say, taking a look at it, you know, for the most part, it shook out the way you'd probably expect, right? You know, seeing JAK and Tay on winner's side there is nothing nothing strange, right? This is something we've seen time and time again. There's maybe a little bit of surprise seeing Mags out of the bracket so early, but he did start on losers, so he didn't have the advantage of, you know, a little bit of breathing room. I think what I am most excited for is seeing both COOSCO and Midwestboxer here still alive, fighting for their tournament life to try and get a better share of those points. What about you?
Yeah, I really want to see more of Midwestboxer. Just the adaptation in that set against SOSICKNASHFAN really kind of had me sit forward in my seat a bit and just pay attention. I think that's really exciting to see those type of things happen. And of course, I'm gonna, you know, call it. I really want to see JAK versus Tay. I mean, it's a storied matchup, but they are both playing extremely well. Of course, Tay's set was a lot closer against COOSCO, but it was a tale of two halves of that set, right? Like COOSCO was really running with it in the beginning, but then Tay 6 rounds in a row to get the reverse sweep. So I really want to see those two duke it out and see who makes it on Grand's winner's side.
Yeah, it'll only be a matter of time. And I want to highlight too as well, like JAK's performance specifically, because he is somebody who, like, you know, we really saw him at the end of Street Fighter V really have this like consistency of a professional player. I mean, that was when he got picked up by Moist. There was a reason for that. But he is somebody that can be a little inconsistent sometimes. And I'm sure he would be, you know, free to admit that to you. That's not me throwing any shade. It's just what I've seen over time. And so for him to show that kind of focus and strategy against Dual Kevin, who is somebody that, like, you want to talk about consistent, he is like the archetype. You know, trying to qualify both for Capcom Cup last year and EWC, he traveled to everything under the sun. If you had a local down in your bodega that was, you know, 3 blocks away, he was, and if it had points on the line to try and qualify, he was going to be there. And he was getting top 4, top 3 every single time. So he is the face of consistency. And it really speaks volumes about where JAK is at this bracket. And it looks like he's trying to take that to the bank and, you know, secure himself in a really good position going into the finals. But we aren't there yet. What do we got?
We got Dual Kevin going up against the Midwestboxer. Losers quarterfinal action. Immediately, Dual Kevin saying the wind is a little bit heckin' out here, getting in the business of Midwestboxer.
Okay, there's the frame drop. He baits it out. This is huge. So much damage here. Gonna be able to put him into the yellow, and I think, okay, no punish counter throw yet, but he is waiting for that jump. You're not gonna jump on him. Dual Kevin, one of the best in the business at anti-airing.
Even in the set against JAK, we saw Dual Kevin did have the anti-air mixers on lock. You see Midwestboxer going back to the snatcher neutral here. There's the tornado, tries to jump in, denied. OD edition.
Damn, and even the extra damage because of the enhanced mixer. Just really understanding how to squeeze the most juice out of this character. And with Rashid at the helm, that is a scary thing.
Yeah, right now, Dual Kevin in the horror movie at the moment. Midwestboxer has him on the ropes.
Oh, he had the... Okay, I like that. There's the back throw. He had the counter hit, but missed the conversion. Now he is in a prime position to win this, but we do see the level 2 available for Kevin. Is he going to summon Yasar?
We'll see. Spacing things out. Both players know that level 2 is on deck and an option. Kevin with a round up, too. Could make this really dangerous.
Oh, he jumps
tornado. Oh, but he baited it out. Great anti-air from Kev.
Okay, there is a chance from Midwest Boxer. If he can land the right hit, he can close this out. That is punishable, and Kevin knows it. Even in burnout there, it did not matter. That was more than enough frame disadvantage for him to seal the deal there. First game goes to Kev.
I like the way Kev started out game one, just mad aggressive with it. Did not let Midwest Boxer get into the rhythm that we saw work so well against SOSICKNASHFAN. And here we go. Kev on the assault again. Already half-life almost gone from Midwest Boxer, and there it is with the throw.
Damn, look at the suppression here. Forcing himself to use a little bit of drive gauge to make sure that he can get some screen control and get himself out of the corner. Oh, I love that. There's the interrupt, a little bit of extra frame advantage off of the drive rush. And now he does have Kev's back to the wall. He catches him, interrupts with the enhanced snatcher. And now look at this. He's down to 30%.
Yo, but Kev immediately with the answer. OD expenditure there, pushing Midwest Boxer back. Drive reversal as well. I will definitely spin the gauge to get free, but OD wake up. And here we go, the purple stuff.
Oh, I love that too. That was so smart for Midwest Boxer. He didn't use the slow version. He used the fast one. He was doing his best to catch Kevin off guard. You know, maybe mistime the parry. You know, he second guessed at the last second, didn't want to get hit. And I really just, that was such a smart last second decision. And it shows where his brain's at.
Step back again. Midwest Boxer slowly making those adaptations. There's the full win. This time we get the jump in. Big damage for Midwest Boxer. There's the throw. Kev in the guessing situation. Nice tech. OD addition, backstep from Midwest Boxer, looking for a throw tech, but gets a regular throw, able to continue to pressure.
Oh, what a parry. Not perfect though. He doesn't get the actual punish. They're off the DI. There's the side switch. He's trying to bait a DP. No such luck. Now we do see Midwest Boxer. They're running into the OD mixer, and Kev is going to try and set up. Oh man, he wants something. Yeah, he's gonna be able to close it out there. The chip from the level 2 Midwest Boxer in the clutchest moments, tapping into his CPU to calculate the winning move.
Hit him with the whole damn bag. All even on the board, one apiece. Kev out the gates quick in game 3. Whoa! Dunked down to the ground.
Yeah, goddamn, those were 30-ounce gloves. That was heavy. Oh, the trade combo, the awareness there from Kev. And I like using that run there on, you know, the hard knockdown to make sure that you can get extra space out of the corner.
Oh, I like that. Faked out the stature. Saw things were not working. Backstep didn't want to get jumped in on. Kev trying to hit the brakes there. Yeah.
Right. Nobody's overextend. I spoke too soon. Commentator's curse before I could even get the words out of my mouth. Kevin running with this, smelling blood in the water, and the throw loop does it. There's another round on the board.
Like that sneaky jump in from Kev there. Cheeky neutral definitely happening right here in game 3. Kev playing patient, looking for the startup of a projectile or snatcher. Gets clipped though, full screen situation, the dash forward. Kev putting himself in a great range to fake that jump in.
Oh, interesting. We haven't really seen Mixer used like in neutral at all. And so for Kev to bust it out now here, you know, halfway through the set is maybe, you know, telling of where things might go as the sets develop, as the games move on, right? Okay, big conversion there, and there's the knockdown. Yes, sir, it's out. Summon the power of the wind. Oh, he's gonna be able to kill as long as he doesn't drop.
OD expenditure, and just like that, Kev up 2-1 against the Midwest Boxer.
If there was ever a great equalizer in fighting games, it's Rashid's level 2, man. It's just such a strong tool to utilize, such a potent like option when you have the meter for it, and it's not infallible. It's not like you can't beat it. But the types of advantage it gives you and the way that it puts extra pressure on your opponent, it swings things in your favor in such a domineering fashion that it's like, it's undeniable that it, you know, puts Rashid in that top tier discussion. You know, personally, I think he's the best character in the game. And that is a huge part of the reason why. It's like when you have access to that, if you give that to any other character in the game, they probably become top 5, right?
Yeah, it's a super strong tool. There's no debates about it, and it certainly is one of the reasons why Rashid is also strong. Midwest Boxer has really done a decent job of navigating it, but again, now Dual Kevin smells that blood in the water, only needs 2 rounds to move forward in this top 8 bracket, and Midwest Boxer looking long for this round.
Yeah, he's struggling here, back to the wall, life looking bleak, he's sweating. How's he gonna try and claw this back into a win? It's looking a little tough. Kevin is somebody who really knows when, you know, he needs to like not extend him, when he needs to hold his cards close to his chest.
Certainly is time to hustle. Kev with a huge life lead. And this is when you see the pace is risky. Slide punish counter for Midwest Boxer. However, drive reversal, 6-frame punish locked in.
Yeah, that's huge. It's not a lot of damage, but getting the punish counter on the the drive reversal is huge in the way that it can swing things. Right now, he is trying to defend for his life. Ultimately, reached out a little too hard, and Kev has the reactions to whiff punish that accordingly.
Set point situation for Kev. Woo! What a punish with the cross medium kick. And here we go. The forecast is looking real bad for Midwest Boxer.
Bro, take the throw. Take the throw. Okay, I like that. I like that. Now the tornado's gone. He doesn't get extra movement. He doesn't get the enhanced frame advantage on his specials now. Okay, he challenges back, but he does drop it. Luckily, it's safe.
Oh, there's the burnout. Midwest Boxer only has that CA at the bottom of the screen to do anything with, but Dual Kev a tap away from moving on the loser side. He knows it. Huge life lead as well. Midwest Boxer taking the chip damage, and there's the patient anti-air. Dual Kevin gonna go for 3-1 against the Midwest Boxer.
Ultimately, he does fall, and you really hit the nail on the head there, Maverick, right at the end with that punctuation on patient. And that is something that if you have watched Kevin or you're just starting to watch him as a professional player, he is among the best. He is somebody, you would swear he was trained with Eddie Lee and Justin Wong. He is not afraid to hold down back if he understands what his win condition is, and the only way that he's going to lose is by jumping at the wrong time or whiffing at the wrong time. He's not going to do it. He's going to hold down back until you make a mistake.
It's one of the most impressive things I've seen in, modern fighting games, especially with the way that they've gotten so much more aggressive. The fact that Kev is able to do that in this state of fighting games where aggression is really king, you have to tip your hat and say, yo, that is some really good mental fortitude. And like you said, that's what makes him a threat. He understands those situations where it's like, now I'm in a space where you have to make me error 2 or 3 times in a row to win, and it's like a python, right? Like once it's wrapped around you to a certain point, it's done. And so we're gonna see Dual Kev not quite done yet, moving forward into that loser semifinal space. We might see Kev get the run back that he wants, I'm sure, against JAK, but we're not quite there just yet. We got another losers quarters coming up. Mustapha, who we got?
Yeah, we are going to get to the top part of the bracket if you are following at home. It is going to be COOSCO and SQUALL. Now, what's interesting about seeing SQUALL here in the top 8 is he's somebody who is like kind of hit or miss with online brackets. He travels a lot, he enters a lot of stuff, and if there is like a CPT event, he enters all the time. But he's not always going to be entering online brackets, and not for any other, it's probably just his schedule or whatever. Maybe he doesn't really like the weekly format, whatever it might be. But as we can clearly see, he's somebody who is capable of winning, somebody who's capable of playing with the very best. And so I have to wonder what kind of experience COOSCO has against him and his type of playstyle. They probably run into each other online occasionally, given how regional matchmaking works. But do you have enough experience against his Bison? And do you have the kind of personal player experience that you know his tendencies and how he likes to set the pace?
Yeah, I mean, if you boot up CFN at all, you're definitely going to get some Bison experiences, but they're not all the same for sure.
Okay, yes, I love that. There's the side switch, the new side switch now that the old one has been nerfed. You lose out on a little bit of damage, but you actually get better Oki, and you still, more importantly, get to switch the roles. Now we're back to the neutral here, midpoint in the screen, and Cammy is somebody who actually does fight Bison quite well, I believe. He can really punish with the best of them, a misspaced dive kick, and of course she takes advantage of the relatively weak defensive options from a character like Bison.
Yeah, it's all about the built-in system mechanics when you go think about Bison on defense, but SQUALL still with the life lead here. First round, immediate DP on the advance forward from COOSCO, but gets clipped. Nice break on the throw attempt.
And you see those neutral jumps? Those are trying to bait and punish an errant scissor kick. And it hasn't come yet because SQUALL recognizes, this would make sense for me to do in this situation. Oh, he went for the tricky stuff. Okay, he's not out of the woods yet, and he baits it out. I love that attempt. That was actually going to cover multiple options. It was going to cover wake up parry because he would have opportunity to whiff punish counter with a throw when he lands. It's going to beat wake up level 1 or 2 because he was going to the other side, and it was going to beat wake up drive reversal. It was just, the calculations were there on COOSCO's side. He was playing 3 steps ahead.
And the moves continue forward, slowly but surely trying to put SQUALL into check, but here comes the Shadowloo defense. Protect the king.
Capcom sure is protecting the king. They want this character to win. Okay, I like that. Yes, that was really good spacing there for the instant air OD dive kick. You know, from that range, it was almost impossible you were going to be able to anti-air correctly. And so at the last case, you know, you're going to be at the last case, you're going to be blocking it, which means from there it's going to be plus. And that that oppression from COOSCO led to that, the corner carry, the relentless offense that ultimately led to him being able to level 3 there. He takes the first game.
Yeah, the only thing that matters right now is that +1 on COOSCO's side. 1-0 over SQUALL. I like that. Just a little bit of a jab to let you know, hey, I'm still awake at the wheel.
Yeah. He does get clipped low. Such a strong option there. Blocks the plus head stomp. All right, and now looking a little bleak there on the drive gauge side of things for SQUALL.
Oh, baited the throw. Of course, the purple fist straight to the gut, knocking the wind out of the sails of COOSCO in this very second game. Air to air going over in SQUALL's favor. That was a perfect. We talked a lot about Cammy's tools and ability to fight Bison, but I mean, it's still Bison, right? Like, you could put in that corner a couple of crouching medium punch punish counters, and that's the end of the day. Knee pierce nightmare, parried up and punish drive rush starter for the additional frames.
Yeah, getting the big boy damage there. I love that. I really, really appreciate the character awareness there to know how to go for the most optimal combo there, making sure he's not spending any extra meter he doesn't have to. Oh, nice! I love that too. Utilizing Cammy's long normal range to be able to actually pressure safely and then get himself to a distance where he doesn't have to worry about the threat of the bomb.
Just like that, SQUALL on low life in that yellow. COOSCO chipping away at the tree, trying to knock him over. SQUALL showing signs of life. The DI, only 2 hits of the scissors go through, and SQUALL putting us on final round. Looking to go up COOSCO looking to go up 2-0.
Yeah. Something that's really interesting about COOSCO compared to other Cammys that I watch is he really likes opting for that drive rush, meaty stand roundhouse from Cammy. And that's mainly because it's been changed. It's no longer -4, it's -3, which means at worst, it's going to be +1 off of drive rush, and if you hit it meaty enough, it's going to be, you know, maybe sometimes +3, +4, and so he just recognizes the power of that is going to go into level 3. Yes, he wants the burnout.
It's the threat of crouch fierce on wake up. Having to defend against that just forces you into that guessing game scenario, and SQUALL guessed wrong in burnout, not quite dead, has the CA. Wow, the roundhouse from downtown hit the chin and was just enough to put SQUALL into that tough scenario. COOSCO going up 2-0 over SQUALL so far.
Yeah, and you know, it doesn't matter how strong your drive rush is, it doesn't matter how much damage you can do. If you're not able to defend correctly and slow down the onslaught of somebody like Cammy, you're gonna get run over. Right now, this is what it's looking like. SQUALL still has a chance, you know, he's still got a couple rounds here, but COOSCO is making quick work of this first one.
Yeah, if SQUALL can get burnout real soon, it could be advantageous, but easier said than done. COOSCO went for the neutral jumps there. SQUALL runs under, at least gets out the corner.
Yeah, we're back to neutral here, but he runs in at stand around. It has been the bane of his existence so far throughout this set.
I like those scissor resets into pressure, but SQUALL, chalkboard is ashy. Gonna need the eraser to get broken out here to clean things up.
Okay, oh, and the perfect parry. Oh, he doesn't get a punish here. Tries to get a little too ambitious with it, able to get the throw bait with the instant air dive kick, and just like that, COOSCO looking to maybe secure this 3-0.
Devil's reverse answered and traded. SQUALL with a little bit of jab there, maybe anticipating a drive rush or something like that. But the stand light kick, just another really good button there from Cammy. Air to air goes in COOSCO's favor. Yeah, it's a good one.
Very, not quite as good as Ken's, but damn close. It's not far off. Dude, and he is spacing those dive kicks so well. I'm so impressed with that.
Oh, punish counter throw. That's going to do a good grip of damage. But SQUALL, once again, close to burnout. Does have the level 3, but so does COOSCO. You really can't throw out any errant buttons. She got a sniper rifle in those legs with that level 3 active.
Yeah, that's such a good way to put it, man. The 50 cal in her legs, I couldn't agree more. It is going to lead to disaster. Okay, not going to be able to kill here, even if he did go into level 3. So I like him not expending his drive gauge, but there it is. The conversion off of tried and true crouching medium kick into drive rush. More than enough, and COOSCO burying the hatchet 3-0 over SQUALL.
Yeah, COOSCO was able to do such a good job of challenging the buttons that frustrates everybody when you boot up and go online against Bison, right? Like the crouch medium punches just were not there. Crouch medium kicks, COOSCO put himself into a position where they were not able to hit that full edge range. And then it's like, okay, well, if I'm in that 3/4 range of where your crouch MK hits as Bison, you can damn sure know that my crouch medium kick as Cammy is going to hit you. So again, spacing, awareness, and timing of pressure situations and capitalizing off of the mathematics on block is why COOSCO was able to really put SQUALL into rough spots time and time again.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Maverick. This is why we share the commentator's desk. We work well together. You're able to succinctly make sure that the audience is understanding how it is these ass beatings are going down. And that will unfortunately spell the end for SQUALL. He'll bow out, but he is getting points. I think I've seen him in another top 8 for CPT Midwest, but I think if you get like top 16, you get points, maybe even like top 32. So he could still be in the running, but ultimately his end comes there today. COOSCO moving on, which means that we will be lining things up for COOSCO versus Dual Kevin. But first, it is going to be moving back up to the winner's side with JAK versus ELCHAKOTAY. We've been talking this up all tournament. We've been waiting for this one.
I'm super excited to see this one for a number of reasons. Both players are phenomenal at the game that we know and love as Street Fighter 6, but also they're both really good dudes. Like, they're just super cool dudes. You want to see them both do well. It's exciting when they do, and you learn something every time they duke it out. It's going to be Lily, of course, up against the Juri, so that's going to be up to JAK. Again, I think it's another situation where you really want to take the ball and just run all the way to the end zone with it. You do not want to give Tay any time to try to figure things out, sort of establish that grappler lifestyle, but again, easier said than done.
Well, and I think another thing that's important to remember too is, like, again, you could really tell in that set versus Dual Kevin just how confident JAK felt, and I have to imagine it's going to carry through now that he's on winner's side. But before we get into that, we do have some slides to show you guys, just to give you some advertisements for what's coming up next.
Super Saturdays brings you World Warrior number 5, the last one in this circuit before the finals. It will be an online tournament just like this one, November 23rd, 2024, 2 p.m. CT is the call time. So if you want to get some points, experience what it's like to play Street Fighter 6 at the highest high levels, and potentially make your way into that Capcom Cup, start.gg/SF6 Midwest number 5.
Yeah, and there you see the remaining schedule. It's important, guys. Make sure that you are not missing out on signing up. Follow at Kick Esports on Twitter so you can stay up to date. They put out reminders constantly. Just make sure you are not missing out on that. And last but not least, you got one more day for competitive registration for Roundhouse, home of the mid-best competition. Start.gg/RH24. Make sure you sign up. It's going to be a fantastic time. New venue and same fantastic tournament brought to you by Kick Esports. It's going to be a good one. Don't miss it. Yes, please. If you are anywhere in the Midwest, you have to go to Roundhouse. I've been fortunate enough to go for the last several years, and it's grown from, it's still very much grassroots. I like to call it Combo Breaker Light. It doesn't have the same, obviously, like the same insane global draw, but the vibes are immaculate, and they make sure that they are putting the audience and the players first. They're making sure everybody's having a good time. And it's, honestly, it's well on its way to becoming a major. It's a regional right now, but I would say, no joke, within another year or two, they will be drawing close to, over 1,000 people. I won't be shocked at all. And the event itself and any sort of testimonials you will hear from anybody who attends will let you know that you shouldn't be missing it. Please, please, please sign up. If you haven't, you will have a great time, I promise you.
And speaking of great times, we're going to continue to have a fantastic time here with the 4th World Warrior event for US Midwest. We're getting into that winner's final space, meaning we're going to see JAK coming up against ELCHAKOTAY for the honor of getting in the grand finals on winner's side. We see JAK actually switching over to the Rashid. I had forgotten about this. So it's going to be Rashid versus ELCHAKOTAY's Lily.
Yeah, he played a bit of this character in Street Fighter 5, and so the transition to Street Fighter 6, I'm sure, felt pretty natural. It seems like he's been putting in more time with this character with the start of Season 2, excuse me, as opposed to when he was released in Season 1. And you can tell, it's at least by the MR, you can tell it's paying off. But right now, ELCHAKOTAY seems to not really give a damn, and he's putting in that work.
Yeah, it's going to be about seeing if JAK is fully locked and loaded on this character in the same ways as he is with Juri, but CHAKOTAY still hasn't gotten the job done for that round, but there's a punish counter, and oh yeah, we're spinning for sure to get that W. Round 1 going over to ELCHAKOTAY.
Yep, you do not want to leave I mean, frankly, you don't want to leave any character alive in this game. It's so volatile, right? But especially somebody like Rashid, you know, he's working on building that second bar for level 2, and he has such strong set play that if you slip up once, it could mean the end of the game. And so CHAKOTAY recognized that, and he's making sure that he cashes out to get the win that round. But I mean, he does find himself with his back to the wall here and takes advantage of a little bit of space when you get these win stocks.
There's that drive reversal. Did not want to deal with that plus frame situation. CHAKOTAY put him in. JAK in burnout, but has corner positioning. Roll on forward.
Okay, safe from that range. And I love that, again, taking advantage of the spacing and now just backing off, getting a big punish there. Not a ton of damage, but most importantly, he does still find himself in the corner position. And he's going to be able to kill here as long as he does not drop this. The cash out with the level 2, more than enough. CHAKOTAY, first game in pretty quick fashion.
Rising above to get that first game, as you said, in a pretty quick fashion. We've seen some longer rounds with the Lily, but Tay saw what he liked and went after it. We're going to be up to JAK to continue to make some adaptations here. Sticking with the Rashid.
Yeah. Oh man, that's something that you really see a lot from Rashid's, right? You're using the overhead in neutral. It's like so fast, and because of the long range on his like normals, he actually, like, if he happens to get like a counter hit, it's not uncommon that he can convert mid-range where like other characters cannot.
We'll see if those opportunities continue to present themselves. CHAKOTAY right now stocking up 3 stocks of win. This could be really difficult if CHAKOTAY gets to play offense a little bit right now. JAK putting him on defense. Nice catch.
Okay, there it is. A conversion from CHAKOTAY, able to get himself out of the corner here. Oh, I love that. He's picking it up. He recognized, you know, this is an opportunity where I can get him to skip up a little bit. And the reactions. His eyes are wide open.
Yeah, just ready to pull the trigger and smooth on through. Nice interrupt too. Got the counter hit off of it, went for the throw, but no punish.
Yeah, and that's the, you know, the downside of having that knee-jerk reaction of holding up back when you're worried about a command grab. It meant that if he had to try and, or if he wanted to try and get a punish, it was going to be off of drive rush, and after that moment, she's recovered.
Let's see if JAK is hip to the game a little bit more. Wow, fortunate stuff, but the level 1 on the drive rush for it. This area is closed off, sir.
Okay. Tay right now playing really, really well, just shutting down all of these approaches from JAK. All right, cashing out again, spending all that green. You know what it means.
Money. CHAKOTAY up 2-0 so far against JAK in this winners finals. JAK really on last legs a little bit here. Haven't seen too much out of it, but going back to the lobby, we see the Juri on deck, and I respect that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, like this is your main. You know, you are a good enough player that you can play multiple characters at a high level. But this is the character you are most comfortable with. You've played, you know, probably 1,000 hours of this matchup with Juri. Go back to the tried and true. And it's important to remind everybody this is, again, on winner's side. So even if he does fall short here, he can get a little bit of data, and he's got another chance in loser semis.
All right, storing up immediately with 1 stock. There's the drive reversal, a little bit of the same there. Nice parry though from Tay. Gonna stock up, do a little bit of shimmy. Paid for it though.
Okay. He's got better positioning this time around, but he does have to hold that. There it is, the command grab. We actually haven't seen that presented very often in this set so far, and that is honestly the sign of a good grappler player. You know, not just going for it time and time and time again. There are sometimes where you'll have those rounds, but Tay understands the assignment. He recognizes, you know, the dire situation here where somebody like JAK will punish that if he does overextend, and so he's just sprinkling it in when you least expect it.
Yeah, smart stuff. Speaking of smart stuff, JAK looking so much better in this round on the Juri. There's the OD fireball. Tay hemmed up in the corner. The chips are building up and not enough to fit in the bowl. Spilling on the table. JAK spilling first blood in this game 3.
Man, that is such a tough spot to find yourself in. Like, you are in burnout, you're low on life, and Juri is just looping like the stock into fireball time and time and time again. It feels like there's no way out.
Yeah, Tay was in a tough spot, but it gripped up. Here we go. That's a little bit of damage on board. Just a little dab, not too much to worry about, but JAK with the head stomp, level 1 defensively again from CHAKOTAY.
And look at that, just under 2 bars of drive gauge. This is a prime position here for Tay to maybe try and close this out. I love that, the pickup, and now is he gonna go for a command grab? Okay, picks him up again. Oh, okay, that's honestly okay. And
Yeah,
I was
I mean,
able to roll back.
Could have been a lot worse, but JAK immediately taking full advantage here. You already know level 3 is sealed the deal. We're going into game 4. JAK answering back with Juri, the Spider Queen.
Such good awareness from JAK there to not only utilize his built-in mechanic with the stocks to extend the combo without going for drive gauge, but then going into the system mechanics, make sure he can build the most meter possible and he can get that level 3 conversion. That was guaranteeing a closeout there. I like the optimization.
It's looking mighty good right now for JAK. Perfect parry on the Spire. Back into the corner goes Tay.
Okay, that's a fine trade. With that hard knockdown there off of the counter, or off of the stand, or crouch fierce, excuse me, that guarantees Tay to get out of corner.
This is a yelling match right now as far as the neutral goes. Both of them once in, they have some thoughts about what's been going on.
Yep, you still gotta hold that. That's hella plus. There's a lot of damage. Back in again, and there it is. Another round for Tay, and he is knocking on the door to maybe close this set.
Grand Finals winners side just around the corner, but JAK with the inspection right now. Guard check. Got a punish counter with it as well.
And this is what I talked about, right? Dealing with that looping, the fireball into the stock, into the fireball, into the stock, and there it is. He bit. You can only hold down back for so long. We all get an itchy trigger finger.
It's tough. You really have to anticipate and at some point guess, especially with a character with move speed like Juri. It gets you into a rough spot. JAK looking for the grip again, but nothing doing. Big jump in.
He eats the jump in. It's a lot of damage. Opting to not go for the level 3 there, I respect it. You want to make sure you're going to get the kill or the burnout. And now he is just laying it on thick. I think that's going to do it, Maverick.
Lathered and slathered, all washed up here for game number 4. And we're going into a clean, even match. 1 game left between these two. JAK with 2 games straight.
I can't say I'm surprised with these 2 titans of the Midwest. The very best we have to offer, and it is going the full distance. Now we do see probably, Chakotay here going back to the lobby to make sure he can get a moment to breathe, recollect himself, do a little bit of meditation, get in that Zen zone. And we talked about this, right? I think both of these players are somebody who, in a longer set, can kind of let nerves get the best of them. And so taking this opportunity to try and calm yourself down, I think, is the best course of action for both of these veterans.
Gonna need all of the mental fortitude you can muster. There's the trade. Chakotay rises up first, gets the Spire plus frames, taking advantage, putting JAK on the back foot. But Chakotay spent a little bit to get that offensive flurry. There's the drive reversal, and JAK in there with the Rinko kicks.
Okay, there is the forward throw again, and just like that, oh my gosh, what a big pickup. And there it is, the conversion off of the juggled fireball, looking at maybe closing this out here. Okay, able to block in time is Chakotay. How's this gonna close out?
Oh, there's the win stock, 3 of them available, double burnout. I like the continued pressure though. It doesn't matter if I'm in burnout, if I'm running that offense, and all of a sudden JAK is on set point.
And not landing its mark. Okay, just out of range there, and there the overhead does land. JAK taking control of this first 10 seconds here, and Chakotay already finds himself on the back foot.
Oh, that defensive level 1 again working out. The conversion rate has been really good for Chakotay on that, but the pickup off of the fireball, and JAK in prime position right now. Drive reversal from Tay.
That was such a fortuitous drive reversal from Tay, but he still has his back to the wall here. JAK responding with his own in-kind, and he does get a forward throw here, slowly but surely trying to claw back and even up this life total.
Okay, making sure stocks are ready. JAK takes one for themselves. JAK willing to hold that one for sure. Didn't want to guess and end up losing an opportunity to close out the game. I like the patience. Puts Chakotay into burnout.
Okay, doing everything he can here. Oh, he burns himself out here. This is huge. With Tay having a win stock, this could be a really tough position for JAK to get out of.
Oh, into the corner, as you said. Tay recovered finally. Does have drive reversal. JAK knew it. Jumped over, not able to get a punish, but able to get out of that corner. And the level 3.
Oh, no! Oh my gosh, just the slightest misunderstanding. Pulling the trigger a little too early. And now we find ourselves last round, last game to see who moves on to winner's side of Grand Finals.
And the tension is high, but JAK scoring a couple of big hits. The split kicks as well, landing. This is going to be a lot of damage. Level 1 available with the stock. JAK is in position to kill here. There's the drive rush forward and done. Perfection from JAK.
The 7 golden letters. After such a big opportunity there with the dropped level 3 on JAK's side, we see Chakotay just getting rushed the hell down, pinning his own back against the wall, and JAK knew he could close it out. He could set it signed, sealed, and delivered to punch his ticket for winner's side on Grand Finals.
Yeah, same day delivery type of thing for JAK on that winner's side. And, you know, Chakotay not out of it, though. It does have the losers finals to battle through to see if you can get that run back in a very close set. So super exciting match. I'm glad we got to see a game 5 type of situation. Obviously the adaptations from JAK was really good, but again, Tay has some time to think about it, kind of review it mentally, and then maybe get back to it. But before we do that, of course, loser semifinals is coming up next. COOSCO versus Dual Kevin. You see the bracket there. Sophiles, this has definitely been some fiery matches of Street Fighter 6 here at World Warrior number 4 US Midwest.
Oh yeah, it's been heat. And if you've ever watched a Midwest tournament, you know that it always delivers. This is nothing short of the usual. You know, we've for so long now, and things are changing. I will give the rest of the country and the world credit, but for so long people were sleeping on the Midwest, not, you know, thinking that we were an overlooked region and, you know, we don't deserve a spot at the table, blah blah blah. And that is not the case. We've got some of the best. We're gonna put on one of the best shows you'll ever see, and today is proving true. It's ringing loud and clear. I have to imagine everybody at home is entertained. Absolutely good stuff, and we're going to continue to deliver tonight. COOSCO in the lobby, ready to go, and all we need is Dual Kevin to roll on up. I imagine it's going to be the Cammy versus the Rashid at this point. No need to you know, change the songs. It's been working out really well for both of them. Obviously Dual Kevin falling to JAK pretty swiftly in winter semis, but the return against the Midwest Boxer was certainly the shift of tone that Dual Kevin was looking for, able to take that one 3-1. Sure, and thinking about the matchup, you know, assuming it will be Cammy versus Rashid, it's important to note that in terms of, you know, representation and objective character strength in this game, these are two of the very best. Both of them saw, like, very minor nerfs in Season 1 and even some buffs in that regard. Now, between the two of them, I do think Rashid has the advantage because of mainly the nerf to Cammy's Spin Knuckle. Even though it doesn't make the move useless, it's not as good as it used to be. And so for him to have the ability to control so much of the screen at so many different angles with Whirlwind Shot, it makes it a lot more difficult for her to poke with her good buttons. It makes it a lot more difficult for her to jump in or use her dive kick.
It's going to be really important for Kev to establish that early. However, perfect parry opportunity here for COOSCO. Run up grip as well. We've seen the tone has been set. COOSCO trying to space things out, but Kev finding the counter hit.
He definitely tried to do heavy kick DP there and just accidentally, like, maybe held down forward too long and got sweep. That's why he ate that jump in there. But he's still relatively even on life, and getting that fortuitous throw there, you know, maybe a defensive reflex. And now he's actually got a bit of a life lead, and we know Cammy can fight in the neutral against Rashid, but not when you run into a drive rush like that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, Kev. One of the best in the business at running that corner pressure on Rashid. But crouch medium kick, my beloved.
Oh, he wakes up with it. We know Kevin will do it. Oh my gosh, and the perfect parry. He's probably going to spend level 2 here. Oh, okay. This could spell disaster. Did he overextend? Yeah, you can't get away from that. Kevin knows. And just like that, you know, a level 2 would not have killed from Cammy. Even though it did get buffed in damage a little bit, it was mainly because of the perfect parry scaling. It would have been just a sliver left, and so the slight miscalculation, you know, meant that COOSCO was eating that level 2.
Yeah, that's an expenditure Kev will make time and time again. COOSCO, though, with the level 3 available, able to fight their way out of the corner so far. I like that again. The reactions from Kev are locked all the way in. Overhead lands, and that's going to do a dual Kevin with game 1.
Reacting from that range to light dive kick is hard. Like, even if you were to set up a drill to do that in training mode, it would be tough.
Yeah, like,
so for
like Kev... 2 times out of 10 tough, for sure.
Yeah. So for Kev to do that when it matters most, when his life is like, I mean, you know, it's only the first game, but this is his proverbial tournament life here. It shows just the kind of player he is. He is that caliber.
Yeah, that dive kick landed real high above the waist for sure. So Kev able to get the punish counter throw, stun combo incoming, full charge whirlwind shot into the OD mixer, and the finish. Dual Kevin looking really good.
Yeah, another round on the board. He is looking for that run back against JAK. He wants to change the course of history, but right now he's still not out of the woods yet against fighting COOSCO. In fact, his back was to the wall, but god damn, you forget he's even got the air throw.
Reminded everyone that is still an option. However, Crouch Fierce is going to land meaty edition. COOSCO working away at Dual Kevin's life bar now. 2 stocks or 2 bars available, but don't really need to worry about that when you get the KO. Level 3 now on deck for COOSCO and Dual Kevin.
Okay. Oh man, just immediately running in that crouching medium punch. Such a strong tool there to control space with Cammy. Being able to buffer that for free into drive reversal is insanely strong. Kevin looking to, almost burn himself out here, but he understands the power of getting that momentum swing on offense.
And even though COOSCO lost that defensive sequence right there, was able to build back drive gauge with those parries. So honestly, opens up this round here with the EX OD dive kick and a double. All of that drive gauge earned used for big advantage situations here. COOSCO pushing Dual Kevin into the corner.
Yeah, did you see how many times he jumped in a row? We haven't seen anybody do that against Kevin. And you can tell that Kevin understands how deadly the dive kick is. Oh, and just like that, the OD dive kick lands its mark, is fortunate enough to get the punish counter on the whip crouching medium kick, and COOSCO ties it up. This is one apiece, folks.
It's so smart of COOSCO to sort of be stubborn with the dive kick, right? Like the fact that Dual Kevin answered it a couple of times doesn't mean necessarily that COOSCO wants to take it off the table. And you see why. It's such a big win when you're able to get it to land, especially at that range. Nice anti-air from COOSCO, working the corner again against Dual Kevin.
Yeah, we'll get back to that when we have a moment to breathe, but I think you really highlighted something interesting there and pertinent regarding COOSCO's stubbornness. But right now he is looking down the barrel of maybe closing out the set. That forward throw will do it, and now he's got a round. Look at how the pendulum has shifted and is favoring COOSCO.
Oh, I like that interrupt. Dual Kevin tried to get all up in the business. COOSCO said, this is a Saturday evening, we're closed. Monday through Friday only, but the punish counter on the arrow.
Yes, going for the OD Eagle Spike there to make sure that he can switch positions here, turn the tide, and now he's in control. Oh, that's a huge punish.
Yeah.
And he even gets the burnout.
Dome blessed as well. Dual Kevin has that level 2. Wants to try to save it. Oh my goodness.
Okay. A little bit of spaghetti, but he's able to clean things up there, and now another round apiece. And that, I think, is a really, notable strength of Dual Kevin. He's never really, noticeably shaken. There are always these moments, even in rounds where he loses, where it's like he has the strategy, he understands how he needs to win, and he's not going to stray from that, even if things don't go his way.
It's very true. Definitely going to need that mental fortitude right now up against COOSCO against the wall. Ooh. Great DP from COOSCO. Level 3 available, but Dual Kevin able to fight out.
Speaking of level 3, I can't believe Dual Kevin. Okay, there it is. I was gonna say, I can't believe he didn't cash out, but now we do see him cashing out, going for the conversion there off of the lights. Most importantly, to cut the combo short so he can guarantee the burnout. Didn't do much damage, but it means he's going to recover his gauge first, and he's going to be working on pushing him to the corner.
And he doesn't have to worry about OD dive kick. That was a reach, and now Dual Kevin able to capitalize here. Gonna spend everything to close out the game. Dual Kevin gonna go up 2-1 in a super close one thus far against COOSCO.
And that harkens back to what we were talking about. He's never out until it's over. He always understands that as long as I can get a little bit of drive gauge, as long as I have a pixel of life left, I can make this comeback. Rashid is that kind of character. I'm that kind of player.
Yeah, certainly the two fit together very well. COOSCO working this corner again. Ooh. Nice jump in. Is plenty of damage.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, look at the damage. You know, that's something that I think you'll hear top players talk about it, but I think there's still kind of this general consensus that Cammy's a relatively low damage character, and depending on how she lands her first hit, that is not the case.
Yeah, that was certainly the best case scenario there for COOSCO. Dual Kevin though, out of the corner, trade, nothing much off of it. Perfect parry, able to get the kill even with the scaling. Dual Kevin going to see himself up against the wall, potentially a game 5.
Okay, just out of range there for that jump fierce. But we see both these players slowing it down a little bit. And man, just that stand roundhouse from Cammy is just putting in so much work. But I mean, hell, why not? It's safe now. I think it actually maybe has slightly more active frames than it used to. Such a strong neutral tool. And there we see a Buster. We haven't seen many of them from either player. Oh, and the jump out.
With the light kick. Oh my goodness, that was well spaced from COOSCO, but Dual Kevin still with a tiny life lead, has the level 2 as well, just holding on to it. Stand light kick, punish, counter, big stuff from COOSCO.
Yeah, and I love the awareness there to just squeeze out the little bit of extra damage and corner carry into the heavy spiral arrow, recognizing it's only punish counter available. He jumps, look at the trepidation. A little bit of hesitancy on Dual Kevin's side is giving COOSCO a lot of range there to really harass with these air buttons.
And here's the thing, COOSCO is taking the OD dive kicks off of the table for a little bit to just kind of throw it away. And yeah, Dual Kevin's still ready for the challenge afterwards. And here we go, the storm.
Yep, setting up Yasar, and he even gets the pickup there into the reset, and you see he is not biting, but he does still eat the burnout, and he's not ready to react with the level 1, 2, or 3.
Super kick.
Yes, that is enough. And honestly, if you're Kevin, you don't mind spending that, right?
No.
It's like you are guaranteeing the round, and Rashid is such a mobile character that's always putting him in range to either make the opponent block or get hit, that you build meter incredibly fast. You are a battery.
He is certainly able to charge things up really, really quickly. The other side, great mixer anti-air from Kev. Good blocks from COOSCO. Gets the perfect parry. Nice timing on the pressure. COOSCO does have that level 3. We can still see a game 5 here, but Kevin certainly does not want to. Drive rush connects, knockdown, stuck in the corner. Nice fight back from Kev.
The counter hit recognition there is huge, allowing him to get the conversion there into the OD's Eagle Spike, switching sides, and now back to the wall. COOSCO fighting for his damn life. No conversion to level 3. He's just trying to get a little bit of damage, and he wants to convert for the kill, and this is going to be it. Converting into the the easy tournament mode combo, level 3, securing the victory. It's 2 apiece. We got one more game.
Oh, this one has been a super good one. COOSCO versus Dual Kevin. Adaptations back and forth, but again, we've seen OD dive kick do wonders for COOSCO, and he has pretty much been pacing it and spacing it really well. Only punished a few times. That's a winning recipe.
Yeah, and so this actually talks back to what you were mentioning with his stubbornness to keep going for it, even when Dual Kevin anti-airs him. And it's like, anti-airs don't do that much damage in this game. And when you do actually land the hit with that jump in, with that dive kick, whatever it might be, it pays off in dividends in such a big way. Why not keep doing it?
Certainly makes sense. COOSCO trying to hit the brakes a little bit. Good defense on the drive rush attempt from Kev. Whirlwind shot going to keep COOSCO honest.
I like the whip punish there. And they're ready. He has been getting so much mileage out of these spacing traps and these kind of built-in defensive frame traps where he can set up that -2, -3 into the perfect parry timing.
This is an important perfect parry in response though from Dual Kev and the side switch. Has that level 2 available. Would love to keep this round without spending anything. Looking for it. ODDP, big risk from COOSCO, but it works out.
Okay, Kev, probably going to go for burnout here, right? He can, in fact, guarantee it, and he's going to burn out on his own terms, is COOSCO. I like that. You're relatively low for both characters on life, and he gets an opportunity here to maybe land a hit and actually steal things. But I don't know if Kev's going to give him a chance.
Yeah, no chance, like you said. Good setup from Kev. Throw out the whirlwind shot, force the jump. Classic Street Fighter fundamentals, and now Dual Kevin is on set point.
It's very funny to think of what is almost a full screen checkmate as classic Street Fighter fundamentals, but I get your point.
If you go back far enough, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, oh man, Kev is laying it on thick. He's not giving him any room to breathe. I love that. Going into the OD spiral arrow to make sure he can get the side switch here. And now Cammy's got a chance, but right back at you. I got my own anti-throw tech.
Oh, this is looking terrible for COOSCO right now. Kev, pretty much, speaking of checkmates, has all but the last move locked in where the king cannot move, but signs of life. COOSCO finding a maneuver here. The perfect parry as well. This is still possible for COOSCO.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he's just out of range. This is so tense, and ultimately, it doesn't matter if it's Street Fighter 5, if it's Street Fighter 6. Go back to that same animation, that same button, the tried and true. It is going to clutch it out when it matters most. Kevin, able to close that game 3-2. He will move on.
Yeah, that was a super good set. Shoutouts for COOSCO too, playing extremely well. Unfortunately, going to be stopped here at loser semis, but you know what? Dual Kevin certainly earned that. That was a grueling set. A lot of adaptations there. but Dual Kevin able to dig deep in that game 5 and get the 2 rounds necessary to move on. Going to be going up against ELCHAKOTAY in losers finals. Of course, the winner, any winner of this gets their run back against JAK. So we will see a run back in grand finals, but still got to duke it out against one of the best in the Midwest, where no matter who you are on either side of losers finals.
Yeah. There are no easy, I mean, none of this top 8 has been easy, but we are in deep enough, we are in the thick of it, that you are really trudging through the mud to try and get to that golden pod on the other side. And, you know, JAK is sitting pretty. He's, again, I really want to keep, you know, hammering away at just how confident he's looked. He's looked very focused and committed to his strategy. But both these players, just like you said, they want that run back. I mean, if you are a competitor serious enough to enter CPT, you don't like losing. And I have to imagine, even as nice as both of these guys are, they are like, I'm going to smack that mother up, and it is not going to look pretty, but they have to get through each other first.
It's true. It's true. You got to play the match that's in front of you, of course, but as a competitor, you can't help but thinking forward, right? So it's one of those things where focusing, locking in is going to be of the utmost importance. And of course, you know, you kind of know what you're running into if you're Chakotay, or excuse me, Dual Kevin, you know that's going to be the Lily. I haven't seen Kev bust out the Luke in a long time, but it looks like there's going to be the Rashid, which certainly makes sense. Mobility and stuff like that can really try to give Tay a hard time on the Lily. So we're going to get into it. Losers finals type of action here. Midwest US World Warrior number 4. Let's get into it.
Yeah, this is losers finals, folks. Again, whoever is unfortunate enough to get the bad end of the sword here, they are out. And we already see trying to set the pace with that OD spinning, or OD whirlwind shot. And even though it doesn't land its mark, it doesn't make Tay block, he is able to actually get the corner control, and Kevin is laying it on thick. Oh, that's a punish.
A battle of wind right here, but right now it's blowing in the favor of Dual Kevin. There's the reversal. Okay, getting some stocks on their side, parried it up. Kev unfortunately put himself into the corner. Tay is like, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, you take that any day of the week. And I love that fuzzy throw tech, you know, just making sure he's covering both options, delaying it until the last second. And the pickup here, this is going to do a chunk of damage. It's going to hurt.
Oh, absolutely. Pain is the name of the game right now. And Tay activating with the drive rush for the extension. Unfortunate stuff. Kevin's still alive.
Yeah, he gets clipped, and with drive gauge, this is a really bad spot to find himself in. He actually, is this checkmate? Can he guarantee the wall splat?
Didn't get it when he wanted, but either way, the Desert Storm has been summoned. Kev looking to take this round right out of Chakotay's pocket. The overhead lands, but drive reversal protected.
Oh, and he gets clipped. I don't know if maybe he was trying to use drive reversal or maybe even trying to interrupt with something, but ultimately got clipped there in an inadvertent frame trap into the spire. And Tay, you know, even in a bit of a scramble, he's gonna take that. Damn, waking up with it again.
Tay's been doing that all night long, and it's been working out. The conversion ratio is kind of wild. And honestly, if you're Lily and you're able to get away with those, you will certainly take it.
For sure. And you know, without access to like a real, like a traditional uppercut reversal, you gotta represent it, right? You can't let people just harass you time and time again.
I like that. Kev saying, I got one too. Mine's a little bit cheaper, but either way, low on drive gauge at the moment. Kev trying to space out these whirlwind shots. Does not want to get spired on. Yeah, Chakotay might have been looking for him. Plus frames either way, but good challenge from Kev.
Oh, he tried. I think he maybe wanted to try and jump out or backdash or something. He does get clipped for his troubles. And look at how the tides have turned for Dual Kevin. The pendulum is swinging on his side. He's looking to take all this momentum, but there is a last-ditch drive reversal, giving Chakotay a little bit of breathing room again. Okay.
Yeah, Kev certainly one of those players who's like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and fish for that. Either way, you know, Chakotay was low on drive gauge, so Kev was happy to just chill for a little bit, see what happened, able to even things up in the round count. But here we go. First command grab lands.
Oh, yeah, you can't jump on that crouch fierce.
It's so
strong.
hot.
All right, he does hold the plus frames there off of the drive rush stand roundhouse. Okay, Kev slowly but surely making his way in here, pushing Tay to the back wall. And even with that drive reversal there, it gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not enough.
Ooh, the patience. We've got a little bit of a mini shimmy there to see if we can get anything out of Tay, but still gets this corner. Level 3 available for Kev too. I got to imagine one more, a little bit of a conversion, and Kevin might be summering the win once more.
knockdown and tried to go for the fuzzy setup. No such luck. And now we're back to the wall, you know, summoning the Yasar. And now Lily just has to deal with this. It's still coming.
Yeah, the best is going to be 2 throws, right? Like, that's the best situation that you're going to be in. Chakotay takes both of them, eats a third, though. Can't do it again. Gonna have to make some decisions. Oh, reversal DI, but not enough money in the bank to cash that check. Dual Kevin gonna take it.
Yeah, taking advantage of Tay's reactions there. You know, he did have the option to either try and parry it or, you know, go for, like, level 1. But the knee-jerk reaction is when you see that red, when you hear the reverb, you go for the DI. And against high-level players, that can really work to your benefit.
Certainly can. Good stuff from Kev for being able to pull out that maneuver. Tay dancing on the other side of the screen, but the spike and another one. Damn, both feet, the left and the right.
Okay, blocking it out here, does get clipped, and he does eat the punish counter throw, forcing the burn out here. Tay immediately going into that wall spot, guaranteeing the stun. Now around on his side, he's looking to even things up and, you know, go back to a more well-fought tug of war here.
Yeah, we've seen Tay able to turn the tides when the adaptation starts to come through slowly but surely. Kev might be working on a little bit of a timer here. Gets the punish counter after the double whip throw, swiping away at the face of Tay.
And it hits so meaty. I love that offensive drive reversal, and he baits it out again. Look at this. Kevin is adapting. Now, ultimately, you know, Tay's paying attention to this too. He recognizes, okay, I've had a few of these baited. I can't completely abandon it, but I might be able to pull back the reins a little bit and, you know, maybe sneak off a walk-up throw, a crouching medium kick, whatever it might be.
I like that response there. Empty jump, the grip.
And it's punish counter too, that hurts. Look at the drive gauge, and he baits out the parry attempt, stopping just a little bit short there to make, you know, Kevin guess on defense ultimately.
All that wind dehydrated now. Kev gonna have to eat a whole bunch of damage here, spending everything, level 3 included.
Now, hers does do above average damage, but it's still not quite enough. Now, he's in a good position here. I love that. Still bullying, still crowding him in the corner, not letting him get anything started.
The fact of the matter was that, it was great just aggression from Tay because Yasar was still hanging around. You want to get that off of the board. I'll take the trade over having to play patient and face the storm.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better, Maverick. All right, look at this. We've seen offensive sequence getting started, and finally Kevin has enough. Get your damn hands off me.
This is a streamer special outfit. You know how much this costs?
He's rocking the Balenciaga streetwear suit.
Tay trying to avoid that funeral suit at the moment, but nice check into DI. Full whirlwind shot. You already know what to do.
You don't even have to guess there. That's more than enough. Another round on the board from Kevin, and now the pendulum has shifted to his side. The momentum is swung in his favor. And now some of these adaptations from Tay have been a little slow coming, but that's kind of the nature of this game when you're fighting like a top-tier character, right? Because they can be so oppressive that it feels like you don't have a moment to actually think and employ a new strategy. Like you're constantly guessing, you know, in split-second moments, and it's not looking good for him right now.
Level 2 again immediately. Kev goes to offensive right, goes for the mix, doesn't even worry about the throws. Almost burnt out, but Tay gets the neutral jump going in their favor. Wow. Kev's just saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with this.
Yeah, I mean, in that point, it was like so much desperation, like tensed up for Chakotay's side of things, that he had to make a big risk in one way or another, whether that was going to be a jump in, whether it was going to be maybe like a DI, or the command grab that we saw. So Kev was risking it on holding up, and it paid off. Ooh, parry, and he's got the punish. Look at that.
Might have done this a time or two.
Yeah. Okay, damn it, he is just rushing that ass down. Oh, I love that. Recognizing from that range, he's going to be able to neutral jump safely. Huge punish counter throw.
A little bit of a cheeky situation there. There's the Spire. The patience paying off for Tay. Kevin waking up with some jabs there, trying to alleviate pressure, but Tay got a huge life lead. Kev looking for potentially building at least level 2. Not going to get the opportunity in this round. And that's exactly what you want if you're Chakotay. Make them build it in the next round.
For sure, for sure. And you are also exacting a little bit of the offensive will with the tick throw there into the command grab. You know, he had actually gone for a little bit of a deeper layer there, laying on a couple more tick throw buttons, you know, to delay it and space it out a little bit more, and that means that it can lend itself to a strategy later on.
Oh, still got the win stock, 3 of them available. Spire interrupted. Don't see that too often, but Kev taking full advantage. There's the level 1 Kev. No way, not today. Kev, big punish here on Chakotay.
And he can kill if he so chooses. Super Rashid kick. Another one swishing into the net. And just like that, things are looking more and more bleak for Chakotay. He's really going to have to try and slow things down here and make Kev feel uncomfortable right now. God damn.
What a chase down. But Kev, again, waking up with the jabs here. Gets the side switch, and there's the storm. There was no way you were going to win this round if you're Tay without facing it.
Got to make sure you've got your goggles strapped on tight, otherwise you're going to be getting all that sand in your eye, and he is looking to go blind here.
Trying to protect the vision, but right now, Dual Kevin seeing the path towards that run back against JAK. 6-frame punish locked all the way in.
And he
level 1!
God damn, man. It's like you think the combo's going to end. No way he's got more juggle points. And Rashid just reaches a little bit deeper into his bag of tricks. And a player like Dual Kevin, he's got that execution unlock. He's not going to drop that. He's done it a million times.
Optimize. Don't be -6 and in the corner ever in your life against me. And you know what? Shout outs to Dual Kev for playing extremely well. Tay played well too, but you know, Kev just had everything on lock, was able to really adapt and turn situations that were a little scrambly into huge wins. And I mean, that's the name of the game with Rashid, right? Like, he takes any errant situation and turns it into a nightmare with the opponent, just from the corner carry, the damage, the length of the combos, as you mentioned. You know, he's a strong character for a reason.
Yeah, he's pretty okay. He's all right. I have to say, you know, like Chakotay's okay, I'm not going to speak for him. I doubt he's happy with that performance. You want to win. Right. But most importantly, he is further solidifying his spot, even if he is coming up a little bit short, to make sure that he's seated well in that final. Yes. I don't think at this point, there's probably no question that he gets in. He's been so consistent throughout these first 4 brackets that going into the 5th and final one, I can't imagine there's much of a shakeup that would even push him out of his solidified position seating-wise, let alone push him out of that top 8. So, that being said, you know, he shouldn't beat himself up too much, but I know he's going to go back to the drawing board. I mean, hell, we're actually right on the precipice of getting replay takeover, and suddenly everybody's lab work can be that much more, potent and that much more meaningful to what it means to get better as a player. But he is going to bow out there, and now we are into the last dance, the final showdown in this top 8 bracket. Who's it going to be?
It is going to be, on the winner side, JAK going up against Dual Kevin on the losers. We're going to end the night the way we started the night, and I couldn't think of a better duo to do it with. Here we go. Grand Finals, War Warrior number 4, US Midwest. Let's get that.
Okay, already we see a big punish counter sweep there. And look at the drive gauge. We are 8 seconds in. He's already down 2 bars. And now that might not mean much in the grand scheme of things, but you have to be, mindful of it early on, because you don't want to be burnt out that early into the round.
Oh, crouch medium pick up and through JAK. Answering back just like that. The head stomp, Mario Brothers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as a player how good your anti-airs are. Every character has to fear that damn button.
Nice defense there from JAK, still in the corner.
Okay, I like that conversion there. The like 5-piece off of the lights, long range, light normal there from Juri, guaranteeing that she can get the knockdown, get a little bit of breathing room out of the corner. Ooh, the challenge.
JAK actually able to move forward, but there's the OD DP from Dual Kev. Nice and early. Big conversion here in the corner.
Okay, both of them in the yellow, and I think this might spell the end of the round there for Dual Kevin. JAK able to get the conversion there, not even spend any super meter. He's on the board first.
Well played slow, reading player tendencies. These two have fought each other so much. Caught Dual Kev on the walk back and able to seal that deal. But again, Dual Kev not deterred whatsoever, going for the meaty button on wake up. But again, another low conversion for JAK.
That was a costly whiff from Dual Kevin's side. Now he is going to be able to get the side switch here. The delay tech from JAK pays off, and that delayed crouch fierce, I believe, from Juri. I love this. Going into the level 3 to make sure that the tide of the green gauge, that drive bar, shifts in his favor.
Absolutely, so important. You know, Rashid definitely wants to dip into that drive gauge to be able to convert, but sometimes you just get the wrong star after the hit confirm, and now Kev switching that life lead over. Yeah, nice throw there from Kev. JAK's still alive though. Have to watch burnout, and my kick's better than yours. Kev tying up the round count.
Damn, that is cheap. Being able to use the enhanced eagle spike is like almost a guaranteed anti-air in that position. It's an interesting fireball trap. Just another, you know, a trick in Rashid's bag that seems to be never ending. Oh, he actually anti-aired that time.
Belt of tools. Yeah, good anti-air there from Dual Kev. Never quite out of it for a situation. You know, I got just the tool to do the job.
With enough prep time, nobody's beating Rashid.
That's facts. JAK right now not giving any time to Kev to prepare for anything but this defense. There's the drive reversal though.
Oh, okay. We saw a situation earlier very similar to that, but JAK was able to drive rush out of it to make sure that he didn't get the punish counter throw. But this time things were a little bit different for Dual Kevin. I think he's able to guarantee a kill here. Oh no! Oh, he stayed in front? I cannot believe that didn't cross up. That was so ambiguous. That was like a Street Fighter 4 unblockable.
I was holding the other direction too. I mean, come on, like what are we talking about? But you know what? JAK able to convert off of that opportunity, recognize the staying on the same side, and get game 1. I know Kev does not like that.
No, I am furious if I'm in that position. Hopefully he can remain a little more composed so he's not, you know, flying by the seat of his pants with emotion. Okay, didn't believe in the cross up there. I think he could have snagged the recovery on that throw, but still neither of them really committing in a huge way here. And we see JAK trying to defend with his back to the wall and going for a little bit of an unsafe buffer.
Instant overhead and the confirm from JAK.
Okay, he's ready that time. Surely it's going to come out of here again soon if JAK gets a little bit of breathing room. Button's too good not to go for it time and time again.
Checking the legs again, making sure Dual Kevin does get out of range, but there's the punish counter. Kev winning the Footsie's War. Going ahead and take the first round of game 2.
Really, really solid whiff punish there. He's really been able to dig deep and pull the... Oh, that's a huge punish. And I was just talking about, you know, his ability to recognize situations and capitalize on them, but right there, you know, an errant misconfirm into that blocked eagle spike spells disaster for him.
I think he caught some blood in there too. Dual Kev, just like that, losing a whole bunch of life. There's the cross up you were mentioning before. This time, Kev getting the corner for it.
And the set play is so strong. Honestly, you don't mind that drive reversal because you have Yasar right back there with you. And you're actually able to confirm he's going to be able to go into the level 3 here to guarantee the burnout. Oh no, man, he's making that. He didn't go for level 3? Oh, he's going to go for level 2. Surely, right?
There's the check with JAK. Able to fight back, put Dual Kev on the back foot. The hop goes onto the other side and immediately a counter hit. Wow.
I have to, wait. Hold on, well, I'll do it after the set. I have to wonder if maybe that heavy mixer at the end of that long combo for Dual Kevin, I wonder if that was a missed input for level 3. I don't know if it's kicks or punches.
Oh, that's a good point there to check on, but either way, ODDP block, huge punish here for Kevin. Still has the level 3 this time. JAK, yeah, gonna have to face it. Didn't even need it.
Okay, I'm gonna double check that real quick because that was like such a big drop that was very uncharacteristic.
Gonna step into game 3, all tied up. JAK only needs 2 more games to call it a day, but Dual Kev certainly looking for that reset. Working fast towards it.
I think it was a miss input from him, but he was able to recover. We saw that. He was able to close things out in honestly convincing fashion. And right now he's still maintaining that control, getting a huge punish counter throw here and whittling down on that drive gauge, getting JAK to bite at the worst time, clips his heels, and now another round on the board for Dual Kevin.
When we're talking about JAK with reading and playing tendencies, we're getting a couple of lows on the wake up situations. Dual Kev has been doing that against JAK's wake up parries too. A couple of punish counter throws, not just in that round, but in the previous one we've seen, a spell big advantageous situations for Dual Kev.
Sure. Yeah, and he's the type of player, he's going to milk the most out of that he can. You can't make those kinds of mistakes against him too often. Oh my god, look at the pickup. A huge punish counter, forcing the burnout here, but that is huge, baiting out that last second perfect parry. And now with Yusar in play, this means he gets to basically recover most of his drive gauge.
Yeah, and get a little bit more out of JAK. The drive reversal does work, but anti-air for Dual Kev, going to continue pressure and almost recovered while JAK is stepping just into burnout. This is bad.
And look at the blue bar down at the bottom. He's going to build another level 2 here in just a second. And now we do see a little bit of fighting back here from JAK, but I love that recognition, the spatial awareness from Kev to punish that neutral jump.
Oh, that was a counter here too. JAK is pressing the button for sure, and there's the throw, and there you go. 2-1 thus far for Dual Kev here in Grand Finals. 1 game away from that reset.
Yep, that is the important part of this go out. You know, if you are on that side, you need to make sure that you can get that reset there and put extra pressure on JAK. Now, I have to imagine he's probably feeling it here a little bit because things were so much different in that first match that they played in winner's side.
Now you can definitely tell Dual Kev is approaching things a little bit differently here. Big jump in on the stock.
Good amount of damage, but the most important part there is they're pushing him to the other side of that screen, and Rashid does that with the best of them. All right,
full screen situation again. Dash up though. JAK once back in. Dual Kev low on drive gauge. You know, the crouch medium kick, punish counter, not much off of it, but JAK trying to get the corner. Good sweep from Kev. Punish counter edition.
Okay, yeah, JAK was really worried about eating block stun there because he didn't want his drive gauge to, you know, get put into burnout. Damn, that jump pierce is so good. And we talked about stubborn in the COOSCO match. If you are Juri, it's like, who cares if you get anti with this? Because the payoff with you landing jump pierce or making them block it is so huge.
Yeah. You're certainly willing to take that risk, especially right at the beginning or even in the middle of the round. Dual Kev gets a punish counter sweep. He's been locked in all night with that against multiple opponents.
You know what it's reminding me of? It's reminding me of watching Punk. I think Punk is like the best punish counter sweeper in the world, and it seems like Kev is channeling his inner alpha tonight.
Gotta be stepping up on top. Nice punish counter on a little bit of step back. Dual Kev certainly wants this round would be 1 away from a reset. However, JAK has something to say. I like that. ODDP, it was certainly time.
Okay, busting out there with the drive reversal just to get a little bit of breathing room and stop some of the offense, but ultimately it does not matter. The meta pulls through. Crouching medium kick drive rush is saving the day for Dual Kev and giving him another chance here to maybe close this out 3-1.
What a response to the continuation there from Dual Kev from JAK. That was such a smart answer. Ready to pull the trigger at any moment.
Oh, I love that. Okay, strong anti-air there. We haven't really seen many anti-air DPs from JAK's side, and what it has led to here is that big conversion, able to spend every last red cent he's got to make sure this level 3 is going to kill, and he moves on to fight another day. It's 2-2.
You know, you blink and you might miss it. That's the way that JAK plays Juri, and it certainly makes sense why we're going into a game 5 between these two. They're playing incredibly well.
Yeah, this is the real deal. This is where you have to lay it all on the line. Dual Kev fighting for his tournament life, quite literally, and JAK looking to get his revenge and make sure that he is able to get a repeat here and shut down what might be this comeback from Dual Kev.
Oh,
damn.
The Goomba stomp.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit of a combo there, but mostly just ending in that safe buffer to keep trying applying that pressure. And damn, dude, I respect the anti-airs. Like, even if they're not paying off in the biggest way, just the consistency and the wherewithal to keep trying it from Kevin is so impressive.
And it's important too. You have to, right? Because the moment you lay off of it, that you're just only going to see those jump in more. So it's one of those things that demands your attention. Right now, JAK trying to demand that drive gauge back up, but here it is, the Yusar. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he tried to trade there to make sure he wasn't going to go into burnout. And Kev recognizing, he was thinking 2 steps ahead there to set up the right frame advantage. He did the calculations to make sure that it was going to trade at worst.
Reset point for Dual Kev, but JAK swinging away. Engine started.
Okay, setting up the safe jump there. Yep, only -2, so he's not going to get punished. Oh, man, baiting out that perfect parry. And honestly, like, even though he wasn't able to get, like, a punish counter throw, the most important part there was making him commit to it.
There's the burnout. Yeah, the DI meaty style. JAK looking for the optimal combo and finds it. And here we go. Tournament point for JAK versus a reset point for Dual Kevin.
This is the last call. The last song on the jukebox is playing. Who's going to take it home? We're almost finished.
Looking to order up early. Make sure there's a little bit of something to celebrate with. Dual Kevin in a tough spot. We'll have level 2 in this round though, but the punish counter throw puts JAK in a really good position.
Oh man, the awareness, and look at the drive gauge. It's looking bleak. Kevin has to figure something out here. Whatever. Oh my god, what a call out. Doesn't get hit with the overhead. JAK backing off here, still pushing him to the corner, and there's a last opportunity.
There's the jump in, Kev. Have to respect it. JAK hammering away at the guard. The level 3 can chip, and it will. That's it. It will be JAK, the winner of World Warrior #4 for US Midwest.
He believed. The fluke was false. He took that first game on winner's side for a reason. It wasn't an accident. He didn't get lucky. He is that guy. Check the DNA results. He's 100% Himalayan. He played out of his mind and just had the confidence from the beginning all the way to the end. And now he is sitting pretty going into that next bracket and looking to really seed himself well into that final there at the end of the year.
Yeah, certainly looking to pull up into the finals in the Himazine. #1 with a bullet. Respect to JAK, but also good stuff to Dual Kevin. Like, that was a hard fought match for both of them. That was not easy stuff, and we see why we're very likely, I'm going to call it, we're going to see both of them in the World Warrior Finals. Like, I don't even need to pretend like we're not, because they are both very, very, very strong players here in the US. And you know what? That's just a little bit of what we're going to have in the finals. There's so many strong players out here in the Midwest region that it's going to be super, super exciting. So if you liked what you saw here, make sure you tune in for the next World Warrior on November 25th and 23rd, and make sure that you definitely catch these finals. Mustafali's, it's been a wonderful time on the 1s and 2s with you. It's been a minute since we've done it, so it's fantastic to be back at it again.
Of course. There's nobody else I'd rather be sharing this desk spot with than a Midwestern brother than yourself. Now, you are on the West Coast now, but you'll never forget where you came from, of course.
That's right. That's right. The Midwest is in, I got the tattoo on the heart, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things. But again, exciting stuff. Shout outs to production, as always, for running it. And shout outs to everyone hanging out with us, watching some fantastic Street Fighter. Much love to the players. Make sure you all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Go ahead and stay hydrated. Take care of yourselves. Love one another, and we'll catch you on the next one here at World Warrior US Midwest. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.